going to be fun for people to watch, and it's not going to be fun to...
Well, the thing is, I'm looking at the audio. It's not cutting out for the people on the stream. That's the thing. It's only Discord.
So it's not Danny that's having the problems, it's the rest of us.
So I have no idea what the issue is. That's what I'm confused with, because I'm looking at the soundbite bar thing, and it's squeaky clean.
Well, we've got like another channel we can use.
Give me a sec. I'm going to quit right out of Discord fully, and we'll see if that works. Bear with. Okay.
Hello, everybody.
Yeah, talk amongst yourselves a sec while I fix this. That's the button. I am really sorry, everyone watching the stream. It must suck ass.
Oh, beer, dear.
Oh.
You
Liam,
really want to get... Yeah,
why's you got a picture of Stu on there?
because it's Liam.
Are you trying to tell us something, Liam?
Right. Nug Nug, can everyone hear me? Am I breaking?
We
Not
can
yet.
hear you, you've not broken up
Thank fuck. So, you have bread. It is warm. There is jam. That is your breakfast. Get there in the end.
I don't. I would like. Bits
You
of
can
beer.
fuck off, Carl. I'm not in the mood. Not with how the internet's backing up.
All I want is a couple of slices of toast and butter.
That's literally what you've got.
Get me bread. I don't want bread. I want toast.
Okay, yeah, you're provided with fire. You can make toast out of the bread you're given.
Oh, okay. And ooh,
Fuck off, Carl. Right, so, but yeah, you're all sat at the table and you're all eating. Is
and he
anyone?
goes.
What? Are you taking? Fuck off! Stop taking the piss.
Did anything yet?
You know what?
But no, you're all sat at the table. Is there anything people wish to do?
I believe the best thing we can do is head off towards the, well, go and get our money from the skills then.
Yeah.
As you,
Yeah, I think we could have money and then go and do some training so that what happens yesterday doesn't happen again.
as you're discussing it, Cravala does pipe up and goes, "Oh, yeah, I went past their building last night. Sounds like there was someone being fucking beaten.
Someone being
Beaten.
Beaten.
Nobody cares, it's their business.
Yeah, you say that. You should have heard how loud it was. Plus, it was a sight to see as well. I went and had a peek.
Their business.
Okay.
Well, we better head down. Hopefully it's not someone we know or someone that's going to... Yeah.
Yeah.
Then again, just be careful. We may end up getting asked to solve whatever that problem is.
You never know.
And then it'll be our business. So,
Okay. Cravala mentions it. You all take comments. So you head to the fort where the Skjalls are. Same guards you see that seem to have this daily routine. Let you in. You're met by the gentleman again, Yorvath, who brings you in and goes, "Ah, oh, brilliant news. Let's see what you've done then." Gathers you in. You see he's got a couple of scrolls and a writing implement. He'll take you to one of the tables. Whereas before you've been situated at the back of the hall near the doors, he takes you right... Give me 1 sec.
One
Oh
what?
my god.
Oh, the
The door. For God's sake.
You thought you had problems, Kai?
But yeah, no. You're led right to the foot of the stairs beneath the leaders, give or take. He sits you all down. So, what word have you got then of the mines? I trust you're here for good news.
I'll throw the eye of bug on his table.
Yeah, you just throw it in. It's like, well, it's one way to deal with it. He will, pick it up and as it kind of slops off the table and goes, "What the fuck is it?"
Don't worry about it. It's dead.
Fine.
Fair enough. And there's no more of them.
Nope, just him.
And he'll take notes, like, and you see him just writing, like, should be no more. It's been dealt with. Tentacle brought as proof. Right, so I trust you wish for your payments for good work.
1 second. It's not. It wasn't a tentacle. It's called an eye stalk. I'm correcting his work.
Okay, he will scratch tentacle and write eyes, and he kind of looks. Oh yeah, and he can see that the big fat eyeball that's a bit sludgy at this point is just like oozing on the table. Right, great. He will take a piece of cloth out of his bag and kind of wrap it round to stop it being any worse, and I will go and put this away with wherever it needs to be. I will make sure all the notes are put away and sort everything out. Really, really good work. We wasn't sure with how you was all going to work and cooperate, but it's good that you've proved us all wrong.
Insight check.
Okay.
I want to see what exactly he means with oh, did they think that we would do a poor job after we did a cracking job the last time? Like, what's going on?
Roll it, I'm happy. Okay.
I did. I rolled terribly.
You're not too sure. You take it as a compliment, like, oh, you've overachieved what they expected. Like,
I don't take it as a compliment.
Okay, that's fine.
I don't know what he's trying to say, but I don't take it as a compliment.
Do
okay.
they have any more work for us? Or do you have any more work for us that we can look over?
That would be a question for Brunhilde. I know she does want to speak with you a moment, considering everything you guys have done in the past few days, rather... Well, I will go and make sure a payment is made. Would you prefer it in metals or stones?
Metals.
Stones.
Metals.
Stones.
Shut up, cat. Metals.
Right. I will go and get metals. And he kind of looks between you and he says that questioningly.
Metals.
Metals.
Okay. I will go and procure all of that. I will let Brunhilde know that you are all free. Bear with me, and he'll just kind of step up. He'll go and speak to Brunhilde, and then head through one of the doors up the top of the stairs at the back, and goes, you assume, to sort out your payment. Brunhilde will, after a couple moments, she'll seemingly finish up the conversation she's having and come down and stand next to the table where you're all sat. Well, it seems you've all done a fine job. Good work. We wasn't expectant of some of you, but it seems you've all proved us wrong to a degree. Well done. You've done 2 of the jobs we needed doing in exactly that many days. Given the fact that other people who've come and done work for us before don't fare as well.
So, do you have any better work for us now?
At the moment? Shall think on it for a moment. Possibly. How are you all versed in the other clans around here? More the ones south.
I know enough.
Do you at least know where they are and who they are?
I am going to assume that Varg would know that and say yes.
Yeah, Varg would. I'll reiterate them for people's notes, but yeah, Varg would know. So would Theon.
Yeah.
Especially the one clan for you. Good. Well, we've been having issues with some trade lines between some of them, and we want to make sure that they're well established. Think of this as a peacekeeper run, if you will. Go, see what's wrong, the reason why their trade has slowed or some places stopped. Find out why and fix it, or at least, if it's not something that you feel is fixable, bring it back to me and I will deal with it.
Okay.
So you don't want us to deal with it directly if it's something we can handle?
If you think you can, sure. But as you may know, the other clans around here are a bit of a prickly customer. Bit of a pain in my fucking ass for some time now. What was that, Liam?
That was in character.
Yeah, that was in character. The Frials in the centre and slightly to the west are not too much of an issue, but the Borovans in the south, they're the ones that are causing the issue at the moment. Had a couple of issues with schematics going missing, details of our shipwrights, the way we make our longboats. And I've got a feeling, let's just say, call it intuition. So I would appreciate it if you could make your way there, if you wish. If not, if you want to stay around with us a bit more, that's fine as well. I don't expect you to work all the time.
We'll mull it over and get back to you later in the week.
Good. But I'll reiterate it again, good work, all of you. And she kind of looks at a couple of people in the group and gives a little nod. Oh, I must be going back. Dealing with the people we sent to Helvetka. Seems things didn't quite go to plan for them, but maybe that's for the best, considering you guys didn't take that job. And she will...
on the way there.
Yes, well, they got to Dunvast and have gone radio silent. But we will...
Wasn't it 2 days ago that we got the note about...
Yes, well, one of the people they had was boasting archaic magics and means to travel.
No, I mean, how did they get there so fast? Do you have a
Arcane,
teleportation?
literally arcane travel. She was just saying
Oh.
they said they had it.
We
I
didn't
can't
question...
hear it, keeps cutting out. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I couldn't see it either.
Is it cutting out for some of you and not all of you this time?
No,
No, it's everyone.
all of us.
It cuts out, but
Sensitivity,
I'm kind
maybe.
yeah, it's cutting out, but I'm reading between the lines. What you're
Okay,
saying.
okay. But no, we didn't question it, but they boasted means of travel over long distances quickly.
Do you want us
Right.
to look into that?
Well, given the ships on the shores of Helvetka are a pain in my arse, sure, if you wish, go to Dunvast. If there is a canal system that you are able to traverse, we have people that are stationed to get you across. Shouldn't be too far, I would imagine. It's...
I mean,
this
more,
is-
do you want us to look into the disappearance?
Yeah, they disappeared in Dunvast, and she's saying that you
Right.
can get there.
Keep cutting out, sorry.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I'm trying.
Yeah.
I mean, as long as everybody else is okay with it, that seems like a relatively simple thing.
It's about 180 miles, give or take, to Dunvast, having to go through...
Excuse me, Brunhilde?
Yes?
Do you have a map of this local area? Or even just the area in general of Brial, so we can better understand where we're going?
I can sort something out for you, yeah. If you're willing to do more things for us, then it would be important that you at least know your way around.
Exactly.
You will see her mimic a hand gesture and then say, Yorvarth, get them a copy of the map, please. It'd be much appreciated. Make sure it's one of the town and the region and the country while you're at it. And she'll then lower the hand. He'll bring it through. So, you have a map. You've offered your services, which, if you can do a good job for us, I would be much appreciated. It was a group of 5, I believe.
Do we have the names?
Yorvarth's got it copied. I don't keep track of them too much until they prove their worth. But I will leave you all to it. I just wanted to come and congratulate you all, and seemingly give you more work. And she give like a...
Can we get that note, if that's okay, just about how in this local area we can have food and drink for free?
We've already got it.
That was last session you got given it. Because that was from the farm job.
Yeah, but was it just one note?
Yeah, but it covers you as a party for the region that the Skjalls control.
Okay, yeah, that's me, sorry.
Yeah, no, it's not a one-use ticket. It's a, you show this to any place you want to get food and drink, and it's
That's
like...
fine, Danny, I just hadn't realised. You don't...
It's fine, it's fine. But yeah, she kind of gives you all a respectful nod and a very slight bow, and leaves and goes back up to the table. There's currently 2 people sat there, 2 older gentlemen, and you can see there's papers and stuff sprawled out across the table. They're not eating or anything, they're planning something. And you see her sit down and apologise for stepping away, and then she goes pointing to different parts on a piece of paper that you can't, because it's higher up, you can't see it. About 10 minutes later or so, Yorvath comes through with a couple people behind him carrying trunks, and he's got a couple of scrolled papers and lays them on the table. Thank you for waiting, all of you. Sorry it took a little longer. Brunhilde asked me to grab a couple of maps, and a bit awkward finding them. And he lays out 3 maps. There's one of Fjeidalmore, and there is one of the region, the northern region, which is under the Skjal control, as well as it's not detailed, but it's a country map, but it literally just has names of towns and places, and the general shape is not terribly good. The other ones are more detailed. And then the 2 trunks that are being carried by men are placed on the floor at the side of Varg. You asked for precious metals. It's mostly steel, but we managed to put a bit of the gold ore that we've got stockpiled away for you. As it is 20 gold of iron ore, which is still it's a good amount. And then there's 480 that you think in gold ore. It's unrefined, it's not in billets or ingots, it's just the actual ore.
So 20 GP of iron ore.
Mm-hmm. And 418 gold. Which, comparatively, there is a lot more of the iron, but that's just because value. Right.
Okay.
So, is that everything? Are we...
The names of the missing.
Oh, yeah, that would make sense. Right. He goes through a book, and he places the book on the table, and you can see where some of your names have been written and vague descriptions of other people where names haven't been done. You can see that he flips to the next page, and next to the mission that was given, you can see that it's descriptions of mostly a human group with 1 dwarf. So 4 humans, 1 dwarf.
Could I kind of... I'm going to poke Cass and get her to take notes.
Mm-hmm. Ready?
So Palun is a human female. Farron...
Can you send this over?
Yeah,
That's okay.
yeah. I will put it in the Roll20 chat. So yeah, he goes through the names, gives race and gender as a basic and very minor descriptions. Yeah, they disappeared in the village of Dunvast. They were heading to Helvetka to do the job you initially turned down. They got there relatively quick and were keeping us updated with information, and then suddenly went quiet, and we inquired as best as we could, but nothing. We have no idea what's happened to them, so if you could find out, that would be brilliant.
Let's see what we can do.
Right. Well, I trust you're not heading out straight away, given your new payment.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any idea when?
Within the next week.
Okay. And he'll make a note of it, and he goes back to the page with your names and scribbles a bit of footnotes as to what you guys are currently doing and where and how long. If you can keep in touch, that would be fantastic. Thank you, everyone.
Do you know of, before we leave, do you know if there's any transport we could hire that would be more on your recommendation than just a random boat?
I wouldn't know personally, but I know if you go into the town, a bit deeper, near, you know, the tavern near the mine shafts. Some of the boatswains tend to linger around there, and I know a couple of them run canal systems. If you look for a Goliath, don't know his name, but he stands out a fair bit, so find him and he should be able to help you. I believe he's the one that runs the canal systems.
Mm-hmm. That's it then.
Right, well, I will leave you all to it. I trust you have some things to look over. Again, thank you.
Okay. So, yeah, we leave, and I'm guessing Varg and I are probably having to do. Well, one of us is having to carry the 90 kilos of iron ore.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's a lot, and it's heavy. This is why he didn't carry it, and it was two rather built blokes.
Which
I
carry
mean,
it between us?
obviously,
Yeah.
Where do you take
By
it?
comparison, there's about nearly 10. Well, hang on. Yeah, and about 4 kilos of gold.
That's fine. We'll sort it out.
Yep. Fucking hell.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a bit unwieldy, but you'll do it.
Yep.
once we've sold all the, I would like to go shopping.
Well,
Same.
I believe we are due a shopping episode, so I'm just quickly posting in the Roll20 chat the names of the missing party members. By all means, what are you looking for?
So if we do the conversion, so we just turn all of this into the 500 gold.
Yep.
Yeah. Why
Wait.
did they give us all? I get it, because it's mine.
Does Carl not need some? That was kind of like my
Mhm.
reasoning behind it.
Carl?
Are we dividing? Okay, am I
I'm
dividing?
listening. I'm listening.
Do you
am I
need
dividing-
any?
Well, my point was I was just going to buy one, buy a trident, and then craft it as we travel. As in, like, do the intricate work.
Do you not need reinforcing metal for that?
Well, I was going to the crafting, then go to the blacksmith to do any reinforcements or magic
Sell it all then.
reinforcements.
Probably the best you could do is if you wanted gold filigree, but the actual iron probably not as useful.
Yeah, the gold magic. But I can cross that bridge when I come to it, though, can't I? I've got to do
Yeah.
all the crap, all the detail work first.
Yeah, no, that's no problem. So, you get this all converted, I'm assuming you don't want to keep any of the ore? Okay.
No, convert it into the very much larger
However, while we're
coin.
there, can we ask about getting a percentage of it turned into gems for a certain retarded cat?
Oh, bless. No, that's thoughtful, I like it. Not at the blacksmith, but he would suggest that he'll give you some of the ore back, so he'll leave you with about 50 gold.
Okay, hang on. So, why do we need to give more gems to him?
Because he wants gems, he doesn't want gold.
He's got 350 of them already.
Yeah, he wants gems, he doesn't want gold, we'll give him gems.
Why does he want
Doesn't,
gems?
doesn't harm us to give him gems.
Have you asked?
Nope, we don't need to. don't open the can of worms if you're not going to like what's inside.
It's fair enough. So no, he'll give you 50 gold. Actually, no, there's no point in giving you the ore back. He will purchase the ore and will suggest where to go, which is like a small trinket makers.
I will go with the cat to a small trinket maker's.
Yeah, so I'm assuming Persephone, you're going to stay at the blacksmith for a second, but we'll come back to that.
Well, I'll follow them to the trinket makers because that could come in handy for what I want.
It very well could. So yeah,
Michael?
Yeah, what?
How much money are we getting each?
Okay, it is
Your part
right. It is
treasure.
50. Yeah, it is 55 gold and 5 silver each.
55.
How much, sorry?
55 gold and 5 silver each.
And what about party funds? How much are we contributing to that?
as much as you want.
I split this 9 ways each time. So One for each member of the party, one for Cravella, and one for the party fund.
Oh right, so
Every time everybody's been going, I'll throw some into the party fund. The party fund was already had some.
Oh right, okay. I thought we hadn't agreed anything, so that's fine.
No.
Doesn't hurt to add more to it.
No.
Yep.
Because that'll fix your asses as you need it.
Yeah.
But no, you go to the trinket makers and you can see that there are fine jewellery and different trinkets and intricate detailed statues and carvings. It's a small, older female human. And she goes, welcome. How can I help you all?
Hello, beautiful. I need some gems for my cat.
Hello.
You see her, like, give that smirk of, like, oh, shucks. So, how much...
Glad that I followed because I need stuff from the trinket.
No, that's no problem. And you get to see this all go down. Yeah, she just gives a bit of a smile and goes, so, for this one? And points to Dia.
Yeah, and then I'd give her the 50 gold. Plus 10 because, fuck it.
Oh, well, Does it speak?
Hello.
Yeah, but it's
Oh,
probably not a
shit.
good idea.
What are you looking for then, dear?
Uh,
And she doesn't say that like as in D-A-R, like just being, doesn't realise that she's got the name.
Would Dia know that, though?
Probably not.
How would you know my name?
Yeah, that's literally it. Like, this woman knows your name randomly. You've never seen her before, ever.
How do you know my name?
Excuse me?
You said my name.
Dear.
Yes.
Okay.
His name, Dia, don't worry about it.
Lucky guess. So, are you looking for anything in particular?
Hold on. Invite check.
Okay, roll insight. Roll insight.
Oh my life! What on earth is going on here?
She has no clue, and he's making this shit up as she goes.
Okay.
She's just
Yeah,
trying
that's
to be
smart.
nice.
Somebody's blowing here then.
She pulls out, like, do you
Yeah,
want
hold on.
one big one or smaller ones?
And look to show them happy.
Alright,
Bigger the better for him.
bigger the better, okay. And she gets a small drawer, and it's like a tray with like a velvet bottom. And you can see that there are stones ranging from the size of a pinhead up to arguably like a tennis ball with some of them. They're really fucking big and all cut, all polished. Really nice, some of them. Some of them are immaculate. Well, with everything you've got there, and she points to the money and she'll move that to the side, and she'll kind of put her arm across some of the bigger and prettier ones. That will say no to those. These all range in about what you're willing to pay, and you can see that there's a myriad of different colours. You see 5 different gems. You see a yellow, a red, a clear, and 2 greens. 2 different colour greens, not the same green. You would have your pick of any of these, really. They're all relatively nice. I polished them and cut them myself. Got them from the mines.
I will take the yellow one.
The yellow one. That's the biggest one. It's... If you put your hand in a fist, it's tiny bit smaller than that. Ah, you have a good eye. It's a topaz, dear. It's worth probably about 80 gold, but I like you all. You seem different.
Yeah.
So you have an 80 gold polished topaz.
Yeah. I trust her now. You can go.
God, that changed. She'll put the other ones away. So, do you need any more of these, or is there anything else you're looking for? I do sell trinkets and other metalworks, but more of the intricate variety.
What kind of items have you got?
Well, you look around and you can see that there are necklaces, brooches, pendants, clasps, bracelets, rings.
Excuse me, do you have any bones or like really ornate cards? Roughly about 25 gold pieces worth?
I do have some bones, yes, but they're not made into anything yet.
Oh, I can do that.
Oh, Are you looking for anything in particular? I've got larger or smaller.
Do you have any like dead finger bones from a priest of some kind, or
She kind of like
blood
looks at
finger
the.
bones?
She like you can see immediately. There's a hint of concern. It's like I deal in mostly animal bones and different creatures. I don't carry people things.
Do you have dragon bone?
Technically, I don't have any of the big dragon kind, but smaller lizard-esque creatures that resemble dragons, sure, smaller drakes and things like that, but not many. I use most of them. And she points, and you can see that there is a necklace that is carved, and it looks to be made of like ivory, but at close inspection, it's more of just a standard bone, and it's got a small
Was any of
silver
this
brooch.
food?
Say that again.
I'm very sorry. I'm not interested in the jewelry. Have you got any bones that have got any runes on?
No runes, dear, no. But if you
Very
want to put
Do you
them
know
on...
counts in town Maya?
She thinks for a moment as I roll intelligence.
You've got a soothsayer or anything like that in town?
If you want something like that, dear, you're probably best looking at the alchemist, Augustus.
Brilliant, thank you. Oh, also, do you have powdered silver?
That I can do, yes. How much do you need?
5 gold, please.
That should be easy enough. When I'm making the jewellery, a lot of it tends to come out, and I keep it, luckily for
Thank you.
And yeah, she'll come
I
back
will-
with a small, tied-off pouch, about the size of the palm of your hand, 5 gold's worth of powdered silver.
25.
Oh,
55.
25, sorry.
Yeah. Thank you.
She comes back with a slightly larger pouch that's about the size of two handfuls. Hands it over. Did everyone come into the trinket shop? Just question.
I didn't.
Okay. It's right, I was just wondering, because it's not a very big shop, and I was just like, there's 9 people in here. It's like, oh, shit.
No, I think it was Varg and Dia, and then I came in behind.
Persephone came as well.
So just for my notes quickly, has Deer bought something?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Topaz, did we hear how much that was?
80 gold
Good.
topaz.
Well, we spent
Yeah, 60 gold was what was spent.
80 gold. What do you do?
Yeah,
So it was worth 80 gold, but he only bought it for 60. Is that what you said?
yeah.
60 gold from that, and how much was yours, Rose?
25 gold.
Okay. Well, if that's everything you need, dears, I will leave you all to. Oh,
I'd put my hand forward and say,
Oh, yes.
I've got a question.
sure. I can try to help as best as I can.
And I'd put this lock of hair out. It's only about 3 inches long. Is there a way of infusing this inside a gem?
A gem? No, but have you considered glass?
I'd listen to anything you say.
Because at least glass can be melted and put around something. Gems, I don't. As far as I'm aware, you can't do that. But at least with glass, if you get it molten, you could pour it onto it and, like,
But
encapsulate it.
would it damage the hair itself?
I don't know. I would have never tried.
And do it, I just don't know how.
I would say it's possible, I mean... But don't quote me on it.
But alright, I'll try some mage maybe or something sort of.
No, I'm sorry I can't help anymore. You see, if it's something a mage might be able to help with, that's different, but as I'm simple, I work with my hands and not that of things I don't know.
Alright, thank you for your time anyway.
No, I appreciate it. Please, all of you, consider me if you need any trinkets. I have fine rings, necklaces, brooches.
Any of these rings, trinkets, brooches magical?
Actually, a couple of them might be, and might be up your alley.
Go for it. What you got?
Magic.
I didn't enchant them, but they were done by someone I know. And there's a cabinet behind her, and there's in jewelry shops you've got the little stands with things that sit on. She brings out 2 rings. So these, nice. I wouldn't necessarily say they're cheap, but might be up your alley. I'm not entirely sure of what they do, but from what I gather, this one, and she points to like a turquoise metal ring with like a small circle in runic engravement and then a central stone. I believe that's meant to help protect people, if I was told right by my son. And the other one is meant to make you be a bit faster, do extra things.
Sorry, you broke that last bit. Do extra what, sorry?
Things.
Do extra things. But there's no way of knowing exactly what these do without someone.
No. Without a short, because she's going off what she was told.
Yeah. It's Cass and Varg still with me.
Mm-hmm.
I'll turn around to you two and I'll say, does any of you two work out what these actually do? I don't know. Is there a spell or something? I don't.
Probably up Cass's Street.
Cass?
Yeah, I can have a look at it, but that would require me having to touch.
I mean, what, sorry?
I'd have to touch it.
Would you?
Roll a
Depends.
persuasion.
Me?
Yeah, because you're the one inquiring, and at the mention of needing to touch the rings, it's going to be a persuasion, just to see if she's even willing to. Because she's overhearing you guys talk. If you need, dear, looking at Cass, you're welcome to touch them and try them on if you need, if they're for you.
No, I'm just going to identify them if that's okay.
Oh, okay. You're able to do that. That's interesting. And you see like a bit of genuine curiosity come across her face as like, she will allow you to, and she will want to watch you intently and just see what you do because she's never seen this before.
I mean, if it is that you ever need someone to identify other items for you, I'm more than happy to. For a small fee, of course.
That would be amazing, dear. I've never had anyone who's able to do that before. I just get told what they do and kind of have to go on what they say, honestly.
It might be an item. Yeah, no, definitely.
No, that is
so
amazing.
I'm going to ritually cast, identify on the 2 objects.
Which one are you doing first?
I ain't fussed, to be honest.
Okay, we'll go off the one I said first, which is the one designed to help protect someone.
Mhm.
You cast the ritual under the careful gaze of this woman who's very intently watching your face and watching your hands and just seeing, like, hearing what you're saying. Has no understanding of what's going on, but it's just fascinating. And you see it at the corner of your eye, and 10 minutes goes by, and a small envisionment of this ring, an envisionment.
A vision happens.
Yeah, vision.
Yes.
Envisionment.
Vision, man.
Cough. All of you.
Oh, it only took an hour and a bit for you to...
Are you done?
No.
You envision what this thing is.
You see
Yeah.
like a spectral, invisible shield encompasses this ring, and once worn, is designed to envelop the wearer entirely. You don't know exactly what it's going to do, but it provides an ethereal shield that through this vision you're able to see.
Okay. Next one.
Going through with the second one. It seems the intention behind the ring was to give freedom of movement over areas of terrain that are a bit awkward, as well as protection against certain things or attributes that might impede your ability to move freely.
Free action, then, isn't it?
Get it, if you can.
Yeah. How much are they?
That's what I was about to ask.
Well, the second ring, considering the interest, I'll roll for that one first. It's 11,000, dear.
No damage.
Yeah, it was meant to be 13, but I thought, you've buttered her up a little bit.
It's not gonna happen.
11,000.
Hang on, 11,000 or 1,100?
1,000.
Yeah.
1,000, yeah.
Just wait a few levels, I can do that. Too much money.
Yep, sorry. But you know where they are, ready when you want them.
Exactly.
So there.
So,
Alright.
do you want to inquire about the other one? She's got like a small ledger, and you can see that she's got prices next to different things.
Might as well just see it now.
Go on, might as well.
That one will set you back 6,000.
6,000.
Yes, from what I've been told, the enchantment's quite potent on it. And she looks at it. Oh, yes, that's it. That one's meant to help protect if you're in a bit of a scrap. Some of your stronger fellows, and points to Varg, might do with that one.
I'm alright, thank you. I need to head to the alchemist, so thank you for your time, and I'm gonna leave. Because
Yeah.
that is daylight robbery.
That is daylight. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I'll follow Cass the Alchemist because maybe they can help me.
Yeah, no worries.
Well, the rogue isn't interested in them.
Yeah, because we haven't got enough money.
Yeah, the one person who could probably steal them has no interest.
I can't steal something which are completely on show in front of people at the moment.
Yeah, it's simple.
Later
You
on
just don't-
tonight. Yoink.
True.
That's entirely
No.
possible. I mean, you could just knife the old woman in the face and run away.
Yeah, really gonna do
We're
that.
not murder hobos. We're trying to get away from that, remember?
I'm going
Yeah,
to assume that this is out of character, otherwise you're saying this in front of her.
Character.
I was-
I'm not even there, so I can't be saying anything. I was
Yeah,
just like
I'm-
offering the
I
suggestion.
left the Cass, remember, so I'm not saying
I know.
in front of.
I know. That's why I'm
Yeah,
saying.
Cass and Persephone heading down the street, leaving Varg and Deer behind, I guess?
Ah.
Would you two like to come with us?
Yeah.
So,
Varg?
So, as we step out the
No.
shop, I'm gonna turn round and look at the door itself and just do a perception check. I want to see what the building's like.
what, as in its security?
Correct.
Okay, make a perception check.
Oh, the chaos is gonna start. I can feel it.
Yep. On the inside of the door that you saw, it was like a U-shaped, two U-shaped metal brackets and like a small wooden bar that was to go across as a brace, as well as on the left side of the door, as you were looking from the inside, there was a lock and a chain to help keep that wooden bar in place. There is one window to the right of the door looking from the outside that you can't fully see the lock, as there's a cabinet and stuff put up against it, but you believe you could probably break into it.
About the roof, is it then the chimney and stuff like that? What's up on the roof?
There's no chimney on it, but there is a thatched roof that you could climb up and over, but you don't see any like upstairs windows or like attic windows or anything like that.
Okay, thank you. So I'll carry, while I was doing that, obviously I'm still following Cass. So
Okay.
Yeah. At the Alchemist, I would just quickly like to buy, so we don't bore everyone. I need some bones, maybe dragon bones, or rune bones, or anything basically that's a divining tool.
Yeah. That's easy enough to get here. The ingredients are a bit more obscure than the trinket shop. You're able to procure bones of a nature that you need.
Through my extensive knowledge, is there anything that would work in here that would go well with some spider venom to make it quite potent? Not to make someone die, but just to make people very, very ill. I'm looking for a laxative, Danny. That sounds bad, but something along that kind of line.
It's possible. It's also possible that the alchemist could, if you give him the spider venom, could make something for you of that nature. Because the venom that you harvested from the spiders wasn't... It's not a deadly toxin. It is in enough amounts, like as any toxin. But it will knock you off your feet and make you feel really fucking bad. And mixed with a couple of other ingredients.
I won't bother then at all. It's more so just in case we need to clear somewhere quick
Yeah.
by dropping some food. So we don't actually kill people, but just
Yeah.
make them have a poorly tummy for the night, basically.
You could...
Yeah.
You feel that
It's
Augustus here could make it. Given the array of potions and elixirs that he has on offer.
But yeah, so can I get some bones or something?
Yeah,
as divine into
that's
the room,
fine.
right?
You will be able to purchase those as the cost is needed.
Like the ones that are very old, kind of Nordic bones.
He has a
that's
lot
what I
of
want.
peculiar different things, and it's like you see it's a almost mummified hand that he's able to take a small knife and cut a finger that you need off, and it's one of them. Don't ask. It's probably easier.
And I do need a couple more items. Can I just run through them quickly
Yeah.
rather than going to every store?
No,
if
that's fine.
okay? Yeah, I want some painter's tools.
Yep.
Painter's supplies, sorry. Which is painter's and. Sorry, I'm trying to calculating because if not, I'm going to run out of money.
Yeah, I'm just quickly scrolling in me and to the page.
So 30 gold now. Okay.
So,
And I was like a healer's kit as well, please.
yep, so your painter's supplies are 10 gold. And yeah, you're able to easily enough pick up a healer's kit. That is 5 gold as well, so 15 total.
Yeah. Cool, so I've got those two. Brilliant, thank you.
No worries.
So
Again, like Rose said, rather than in and out of every single shop, I thought I'd do it for the trinket woman because, she's interesting. Bless her. Is there anything people wish to pick up? There is a plethora of shops available. This is the pseudo capital, at least for the Skjalls.
Anyway, so I'll ask the alchemist the same question as I did the trinket. Is there a way of getting this embedded into a crystal or something? Anything into like a gem, even if it's a glass ball, but I don't care. I want this hair embedded into it without damaging the hair.
It's easy enough. We can take it. I can treat a gem with a certain elixir which will make it more malleable for a time.
Okay.
It's not easy, but I certainly have the means here, as he gestures to the stuff.
Okay, so the hair won't be damaged, correct?
No.
Okay, so how much did it cost and what size trinket? I don't want a big glass, just even if the hair's wrapped into like a little ball, that's absolutely fine.
Well, if you provide your own gem, I can at least provide the elixir in which to do it.
Okay, how much though?
How big a gem are you looking to use?
Just a couple of inches
Okay.
diameter, full like maybe 2
7
inch.
gold, and he'll bring a small, test tube vial. All you do with this, you apply it, you rub it with a cloth, wait a while, and you'll find that your fingers can pass through it a little easier. It only seems to work with gemstones and precious metals, but it will do the job.
Okay. So how long? Is it permanent? The hair won't come out.
You'll get a window of about a minute. After that, it'll return to its original state, and anything inside it, like the hair there, will stay and act as if it was there when it was made.
Okay, brilliant.
Yeah. So, yeah, you essentially have a vial in which to affect precious metals and gemstones for up to a minute. And then once it's finished, if there's anything inside, like, it will act as if like it was always there.
Brilliant.
Because
Thank you.
it stops the need to break the stone and things like that.
Correct. Yep. 7 gold, yeah?
Yeah.
Let's remove
It's
that.
not a terribly expensive potion to brew, but it's a bit of a specialty one.
Cool. I'm going to return back to that trinket shop then, or do you reckon the trinket shop to get the gem?
Wait, why don't
Say again.
Persephone?
Yeah.
I understand where you're coming from, but this can't be just a gem that you buy. If this is something important, let us find it as we go along. Make it
Sorry.
special.
I can't hear.
Yeah.
All I can hear is Danny's TV going off on off in the background.
Oh, sorry. Oh, we'll change the sensitivity.
Hear you too much.
Right. Do you want
Say
to...
again.
Go on, reiterate it.
What I was saying as Cass was, don't you think this is, because this is something special to you, that it should be found, not fought?
My worry is I'll lose it though, and it'll be damaged.
Cass is going to get one of her handkerchiefs out of her pocket and go, just kind of holds it out. Place it in this.
Is it magic protected, or is it just a plain handkerchief?
When I was younger, it used to be a tradition to carry locks of people's hair. It wouldn't get damaged if it was in a hand.
So I'll take the handkerchief and I'll wrap it up. Thank you. What you say
Put
makes
it under
sense.
your armour. Sorry?
What you say does make sense.
Yeah, put it under your armour, close to your heart, if it means something. It should take time. It shouldn't be that you buy everything and rush it. 'Cause to be honest, that trinket woman was a little bit,
Bonkers.
yeah, a bit skeevy. Makes sense. Like, those enchantments were powerful, but at the same time, they weren't as powerful to cost that.
Well, they were both right.
So who
No,
said that?
Michael, I'm RPing. This hasn't-
But go on,
I'll
carry on.
nod. I'll nod anyway and say thank you. Okay. I'm going to head to the blacksmith.
Okay. And I'm assuming this is to purchase your trident.
Oh my life, not again.
I'm guessing you're trying to purchase whatever you spoke about, is what he said.
Yeah, trident.
There we go. He's sarcastic. Funny enough, over the past couple of days when you spoke to the...
Oh my god.
What? Am I breaking up again?
Yeah.
Quite badly, yeah.
Am I
yeah.
Right. Give me a sec. Sorry, stream.
Going on then.
Gotta put cutout time in the fucking chat.
Yeah, so it probably doesn't help the fact that I had to tweak the sensitivity. I'll put it back. So, thanks Kai for marking the stream. Funny enough, from when you spoke last time a couple days ago to the gentleman in Theodemore about a trident and engravements, he's currently in the process of polishing and grinding a trident that I'd made and goes, I had a feeling you'd come back.
Okay.
Hello again.
Well, you seemed interested enough, so I started work on one. I figured if need be, it could sit around for someone in case you changed your mind, but I had my doubts. But here you are. and he puts it currently sat on the anvil. Been working on that one for a couple of days now since you left.
Could you describe it to me? Is it what colour? Is it like a iron, steel? What?
It's steel, and he explains that it's a soft metal core with a hardened outer to provide a bit of springiness to prevent snapping and tearing of the metal. It's about 4.5 foot long with about half a foot of the actual trident head itself, so it's 5 foot in length total. It looks solid. Okay. It's got forked prongs at the end, so it's designed to go in and rake as it comes out if needed.
Well, Stephanie?
Yes?
May I have a word with you outside? Just 1 moment, if that's okay.
Yeah, go for it.
Cool. Is it that important that you get everything right now?
I'm not getting everything right now. I'm holding off on the gem, remember?
Please, excuse me, I don't mean it in that way at all. I just mean something's obviously wrong with the fact that you are literally... That guy has started making something for you even though you put no down payment down or any money. Does that not seem a little concerning to you?
Well, it all depends on how much he tries to charge me for it.
You might feel that you owe him.
Oh, well, I don't owe him anything.
No, you don't, but he might feel that way. We've seen men being beaten up in the street by other people for backing out on deals. What did you say to him?
Well, previously I inquired about a trident and he quoted me a price. I said, no, it's too much.
But then he decided to start building it anyway.
That's his prerogative, not mine.
I know, but from what I've seen so far, there seems to be something about honour in this area. He might have taken your interest as a done deal. This is just a suggestion, obviously. It just seems odd that if you did say no, and he started to create it before you'd even give him money.
Well, like I said, let's see how much he tries to charge first.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. So I'll go back to the blacksmith. I'll look it over. Is there any artwork or design, or is it just complete plain?
No, it's currently plain. I know you were a little iffy about the cost of the engravements, so I decided to keep it simple. I figured, as I said, if you changed your mind or not, it would sit on the shelf and someone would pick it up. As it is, which it's just a standard trident, no decoration, no filigree. 5 gold for that, as it is.
Can I hold it and just test the weight?
Sure. He will show there's a couple of empty crates. Feel free to take a stab if you want. And hold up, I've treated it well.
I'll pick it up and just do a little twirl with it and see the weight of it.
Yeah, it probably weighs in and around 4 pounds. It's 5 foot in length. It's got a gleaming steel to it as it's freshly polished. It's immaculate. Razor sharp on the points.
So how much you say? 5 gold?
As it is, yes, but I know with the engravements I didn't want to do that, at least, because that's more specific.
Engraving.
No, engravements.
Envisionments.
Oh shit. Don't look in the Twitch chat. That is a bad thing. No, Gubby Fish. But, no, I wanted to keep it simple.
What?
If you want it, 5 gold. If not, someone will pick it up.
I'm thinking. I'll take out the 5 gold coins and just toss them to his hand. Thank you.
Well, excellent. If you do change your mind, please come and see me and I'll get it engraved for you. That one will take a bit more time to do.
No, that's right. I'm going to have a practice myself. Thank you, though. And I'll look at Cass, say, should we head back?
think that's a great idea. It would be good to have a bit of a chat.
Oh.
Oh God, I feel like I'm going to be told off.
No, not you, Stephanie. It was that out of character, by the way. Just checking first before we go into it. Stephanie, if you don't mind me asking, because obviously you've said that you're from somewhere under the sea.
Yeah.
Where? So, how long ago is it that you arrived in Real?
About a year and a half now. Give or take.
What, sorry?
About 12 to 18 months, give or take.
That's not too long, is it, really?
No.
No?
No.
Are you okay?
Yeah, fine.
Okay. Do we head back?
Yeah. I'll take it they'll be at the tavern.
I think so.
Well, is there anything else people want to do shopping-wise quickly?
No,
Yeah.
we've got no more shopping, Danny. We're going back.
I want a
No, I
water
want
spray
some.
bottle.
You want to what?
Sorry.
I want a water spray bottle.
Mad cat.
Okay, yeah, you can... It's not like a spray bottle like as in what you were used to, but you can get yourself a water skin with a small attachment that will work pretty much just as good with a squeeze. It's 2 silver, 3 copper.
Done.
It's...
Is that for the dog?
It'll carry a decent amount.
I would like to visit the blacksmith,
Okay.
and I would like to inquire into if he's got any silvered weapons.
I don't stock them standard, but I will do it if you are willing to pay. Takes a bit of while, but I can
How long do you-
use the Sanmai technique and get it all built up.
How long do you think it would take you?
It will take, depending on the size of the weapon, about a week. Maybe a bit longer if it's something bigger. What weapon are you inquiring about?
No, I was originally going to say probably the I can't remember which one I picked now, but maybe long one,
Longsword.
the glaive.
Oh, no,
That's
glaive.
the one.
Oh, well, the thing is, the head of that only needs doing, because the polearm itself wouldn't need to.
Yeah.
If you just want the head doing, I could probably do that in about 4 days. It's not cheap, but it'll do the job.
I'd say how much are we thinking?
He'll take the glaive and he'll look it over and kind of... You see him kind of using his fingers to measure roughly about how many lengths it is. Probably about 60 gold. What I'll
60
do
gold?
is I'll wrap your edges here in some silver, sharpen it down, and backfold it and taper it to the fuller of the blade.
Good work. Okay then. And you say it'll take you
4 days.
4 days. 4 days.
Yeah, that's accounting for me doing all the other work that I have to do around here for the other people in the town.
Fine, foot. I would be fine with seeing you in. Just as a quick little thing, just to, and if I was to ask instead for if you were to make maybe a short sword and silver that in the process, how long would that take and money-wise?
Well, I've already got a short sword made. In terms of silvering that, it would probably push me to the week. But I could probably do both.
No, the glaive should be fine.
Just the
I was
glaive.
I was hoping for maybe a quicker secondary weapon if
Yeah.
needs be, but
Problem
I think
is,
the glaive-
I wouldn't trust the apprentice to do something like that just yet. He's still got a few years to learn. That'll be something I'll do personally.
maybe maybe put it in front of him as well, just to see. Maybe that'll push him to maybe improve himself a little bit.
Well, he'll be the one grinding it and polishing it and making sure the details are nice. I'll be putting the silver on myself.
Okay then.
But yeah, 60 gold, 4 days.
The glaive, I will hand the glaive over, and 4 days.
Yep.
I hope to see you then.
Right. Well, as is the rules around here, just to warn, if you don't pay, this is mine, as I would sure you would expect.
Mm-hmm.
Brilliant. Well, I will see you in 4 days.
4 days. I would, good sir, in fact, I will put down I will hand over 20 gold of that now. There is a good chance in the next few days I may leave town beforehand. Would the 20 gold be enough to suffice that you hold on to it till I return, or
Certainly.
hear word otherwise?
No, certainly, for sure. Unless I hear from yourself otherwise, it will stay here ready. That should be plenty to keep it whole. And then you'll just pay the other 40 when you come back.
Yep. Pleasure doing business with you, sir.
Beautiful. So, trinkets, ingredients, weapons, and spray bottle.
And just armour left.
And a what?
Armour.
You want armour. Okie
Yeah.
dokie. What are you looking for?
I'm after the stub-dot leather.
Okay. That'll be tannery. You'd probably be best to go and speak with. And you could procure yourself a set for 40 gold. Currently a little cheaper, as there is an abundance of game and wild animals that have been slaughtered and skinned.
Yeah.
So it's a little cheaper than you'd expect.
That's ready to go, or does it take a couple of days?
No, that's they will require to spend about an hour or so with you and just change some of the threadings and stuff to make it fit. But it's not too terrible, because the way leather tends to work, the way it's made, it's one size fits all, but it's the stitching and the cords that tie it all together just need adjustments.
Nice. I'll
It's
have
different to metal armour, with the exception of chainmail, because that's a throw over.
that. Yeah.
But yeah, you can spend about an hour or two, and 2 people will help you, and just kind of, they'll slip one on, it's a bit too tight, they'll loosen it, and then just tighten it in and gauge it to a point where you can get it on and off yourself, and it's fit. And that'll set you back 40 GP, and it's made of what looks to be a thick bear leather.
Oh, bear leather.
You can even see some of the patches on like the shoulders where they've intentionally left the fur, just so it looks like it's got a bit of a fur to it, but it's all leather.
Nice.
Okay. I will say that everyone's shopping adventures, again, if anyone wants anything else, jump in. You're still probably just shy of midday. This took like 2-3 hours at absolute most to go round, inquire, discuss, because there was no real waiting with the exception of Theon. Your armour took an hour, but that's pretty much anything you did. You all have the day still ahead of you for the most part. I'm assuming you're all going to meeting up, because you've split into splinter groups almost, because like Cass and Persephone are together, Theon's on his own, Varg and Deer are together. So I'd imagine you all meet up eventually, probably close to just shy of midday, maybe an hour short.
Well, because I'll be back at the tavern anyway.
Well, you and Persephone both went back, yeah.
You and Persephone, I am.
No, Cass, sorry. I know you're Persephone, yeah.
So when I get back to the tavern, I'm going to take my short sword out. And I'll take my kit out, and I'm going to start practicing some decoration on my short sword. Just getting some practice.
Okay. What toolkit are you using again?
Well, I'm going to use I've got a blacksmith tool at the moment.
Okay.
So, did you say that was the correct one, or did you say it was a dual crafting or something?
Depending on the specifics of what you're doing, it could be either. Blacksmith tools is more for the actual engravement, but if you want to do more decorative filigree and light engravements, that'd be a jeweler's kit. But you could probably get away using either or. It's just a bit awkward.
Well, I'm going to just practice at the moment, so I'll use a blacksmith, and then once I've got a hang of it, then I'll get practice with...
So is this like your practice throwaway sword?
Yeah, just going to use that on that minute.
Okay.
Just some light engravement.
Have you got proficiency?
Yes.
Okay.
That's the one I took to assume.
So, can you make me an intelligence check with proficiency, because you've got proficiency with the toolkit?
I'm sorry, you're breaking up again.
Intelligence check with proficiency.
Thank you.
Right.
Michael can be my interpreter. He can speak Discord broken.
You're saying enough things that I can just connect the dots.
Yeah.
Hang on, Danny says we gain 1 million gold.
You can fuck off.
I'll take that. Yeah, let's go and get the million gold.
That's with proficiency added on top, which is a 2, so that'll take it to 22.
Nice work.
Yeah, no. You're able to very quickly get the hang of it, and the intelligence in kind of pre-planning the way you're going to engrave it. You go down the fuller of the blade, and you start with practicing by engraving words and letters. Then you move on to more geometric shapes and lines.
I'm going to name my sword Bane.
Bane.
Yeah, so I'll spell the name Bane, and then I'll put a symbol of a trident underneath it on the blade itself.
So the trident tucked up against the guard with the word Bane then going down the length of the blade.
Yeah. So
nice.
Like trident will be underneath the name Bane.
Okay, yeah. I'm with you. It looks really nice. And Cass, you watch as Persephone goes about doing this. She's got very deft hand skills and is able to manipulate the tools in a way that's very good. Arguably pretty damn good, and probably could become a smith at this point with the manipulation of engravements like this. And you can see that takes about 40 minutes, but you're able to get it, and it looks really nice. You don't damage the blade at all, and you barely take off enough material that you don't affect the blade in any way either. Hello?
My next one,
there we go.
I'm going to practice on the other side if it'll be a seahorse. But I'll do that.
Roll that again, because that's
that another day.
Oh, that's gonna be another day.
Yeah, I'll just practice today on that one.
Okay, yeah. No, you're able to not disturb the weapon's balance or temper in any way, and despite the hardened outer layer of steel, you're able to engrave it very easily, and you're able to whittle away and break it down. So, midday comes. I'd imagine you all stop off for a spot of lunch at the tavern.
Yep.
Maybe we should have some food and sit down.
Are we all here? I'll take it.
I will say you've all come in at different times, but for the most part, yeah, you're all there.
Okay.
Does everyone agree to have a...
Yeah. That's fine.
Yes.
As you say that, I'll put my polishing kit away for my sword and stuff and just tuck it all away.
Do you want to go wash your hands? I've just
I'll nod and stand up and go to the little lady's room.
Okay, yeah.
I kind of look expectantly at all the men. Like, go wash your hands.
Cravallo will just be like, yeah, whatever. And she will go and wash her hands as well.
I can't believe you said that. No, that's for the character, by the way.
Yeah.
Not you.
I know. Go wash your hands. Go on. Shoot.
I'm licking my hands.
I spray the cat with a water bottle.
Oh. I hissed.
No, hang on. Make a dex check with advantage, Kai, and I'll give you proficiency. Just because essentially he's going to... I'm pretty sure Deer's going to try and dodge, but the surprise, I'll give you advantage.
Yeah. What about real?
That's not with proficiency. That's 17 because that's only +1. I'm assuming a 17 beats your armor class, Deer.
Just you.
Yeah, so you start licking your hands. As far as you're aware, you're cleaning. You're washing your hands. And then all of a sudden you see Varg gets him at the corner of your eye, and you recognise it as what's going to go to throw some of it at you, and you instinctively go to dodge. But the little mechanism that's in the top spurts in a way that, yeah, you ain't dodging that, and just good portion of the water just splashes up the side of your mug.
Yeah, I'd kind of carry on, I think.
I'm going to stand up and just grab his hand, and I'm going to take him to the little girl's room and wash his hands properly. This is how you do it
Oh,
when you're around people. Like, a bit like, mother showing her son how to wash his hands.
Yeah.
Like, that's how you do it, okay? And then you dry
are you
him
sure?
off.
I mean, I do it differently. Have I been taught to do it?
I'd say that's the entire way his entire people have raised him to do it, and you're saying, no, you're all wrong.
It's
You
quite.
are flat out denying his culture in its entirety.
I think it's quite funny.
Michael, how many times has Cass said that she's never met a tabaxi before? She doesn't know that. She just sees somebody licking their hands to clean them. Do you know what I mean? You can't say that. Like, she doesn't understand. He didn't say anything.
Out of character, it's hilarious as fuck. Do you resist, dear?
I'll just let her.
Okay, yeah. So you're dragged upstairs, and there's like a semi-communal like pail that's refreshed every so often, and your hands are forcefully put in, and the small bar of soap that's there to be used for tenants of the place.
Don't you mean his paws?
Yep, the sheep paws.
Hooves.
Yes, no, tabaxis have hooves. I forgot about that one, sorry. But, yeah, she scrubs your hands with the soap and lathers them up and dunks them in the water and washes them off. It's not pleasant, but your way's easier. But,
some cats love baths, I might add,
Yeah, but it's... I'd imagine he's used to his ways and his ways are easier, but... How would you react, dear?
How do you enjoy that?
I'll just let her do it. Just get it over and done with.
Yeah, good choice. Good choice.
Put him back down so we can all settle down.
Yeah, and eventually everyone washes their hands.
When
and
the game.
Theon, you're one of the last people to enter as you come in. Are you wearing your new armour or not?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you see the thick, heavy leather armour that's different from what everyone else you've seen Theon wear, and the pauldrons on the sides, and parts of the braces have tufts of thick black fur, as he comes in seemingly wearing an entirely new getup underneath the clothes you're used to seeing him in.
Nice.
We're going to have a dinner together. Leon, would you like to take
I'd love to.
after you wash your hands?
Of course.
And then when he comes back down and everyone's seated and we've all got... I would like to talk about what happened yesterday, if that's okay with everybody.
What, are you talking about Bug? The fucking crazy meatball thing.
No, I am talking about every action that was done prior to Bug.
Kind of rolls...
Come on,
like,
you guys. You must have noticed what happened.
I'm presuming you mean the fact of everyone clamouring to do something and nobody actually doing it.
Hours after being told that we need to trust each other, we didn't trust anybody with taking control. We literally were scrabbling over each other to try and deal with Bug
Speak
in
for
our
yourself.
way. Sorry, Varg?
Speak for yourself. I told you what I was going to do.
I'm not going to single out individuals at this stage, but yes, you did tell us what you were going to do. But it was literally everybody. We were yelling over each other. You must admit it. It was a bit chaotic. Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the way I'm imagining it, Rose, is like everyone's just kind of, like when they're being berated and no one's saying anything. Either that or they're not hearing you.
Like in the headmaster.
My head's just facing down. I'm not.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying not to.
So yeah, they are hearing you, Rose. They're just choosing not to answer.
I just think that we can do better. I just think that we understand each other, but after that, I've got to say I'm disappointed in us all. I really am. Next time, maybe we take it slower and talk first, and not immediately do things that might kill us all.
Tabaxi.
Oh.
Layla.
Or we don't take active glee in the death of a creature that had been driven to madness by some unseen force. And she kind of looks at Theon at this point.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Maybe next time we listen to what's happening and use our best judgment actions rather than just killing things. We can do better. This is the time that it starts. Okay?
Okay.
Thank you. Now said my piece, would anyone else like to talk?
You've got the general gist of what was needed. I think, yes, we've all stepped out in some way, but we're slowly improving, which is the main thing.
My main problem with yesterday was that we all promised to do something and then immediately did the complete opposite. What's the point in having these conversations if we're not going to change over? Or if we pick fights with each other? We're meant to be a team who has each other's backs in the centre of a fight. Yesterday, I didn't feel like anybody had anybody's back. I felt that we were all going to, for example, with Layla running off towards the creature, we could have died. With Deer trying to bring down the mineshaft, we could have died. There were so many times yesterday that I felt almost in danger, and that's not the aim of this. We're meant to have each other. So maybe moving forward, we can do.
Yeah, you're right.
Please. Thank you, Kavala.
Yeah, how do you like call the cave in?
Sorry, dear?
How do you like call the cave in?
They're trying to cast Thunder Wave.
No, you nearly caused a cave in.
Your spell that you were about to cast, I believe, has the ability to wreck a certain area. Is it like 15 feet wide or something like that?
Yeah,
We were in a place where there were maybe rocks that could have fallen in and brained us.
Oh,
And I can quite assure you, I like having mine in my head.
I didn't think about that. Sorry.
It's okay. Maybe next time, think first.
Okay.
If he has the capability.
Well, maybe this is a great opportunity for us to maybe do a little bit more training before we do go out onto our next mission. Maybe understand individually what's required of us, but also in small little teams, so that we can better help each other moving forward. It doesn't have to just be in combat, obviously.
QCQ.
What was that, Theon?
QCC. Close quarters combat.
CQC, but yeah.
It's alright, you said it really quiet, Adam, so we could barely hear you.
So
I'm afraid, yeah. I bet I didn't even hear CQC. I thought I heard QCC.
Yeah, so did I.
I heard
Yeah.
I heard Kusiki. I was like, what? I thought you were like touching a cat or something. Like, you calling deer? Kushi, kushi. That's what I thought it was.
Oh, Bing
Maybe-
Tummond.
This afternoon, if it's okay with you all, I can come up with a training program with each of you in order to best make you effective.
Oh, dear.
I would be up for that.
Yeah.
Obviously, I will need your help, especially Evan, your help with this for certain members of our team. But I just think if we can work in small little groups, maybe eventually we'll be able to work as a party.
Yeah.
Would be good.
Okay then. Thank you.
And slowly, as you were in the middle of this conversation, Cass, the waitresses and waiters have slowly brought over small plates of food and kind of not interrupted, but passed them to the relevant. Like, you know, silently when someone comes to the table and they're talking, like, and they point to the food and someone puts their hand up and claims it and they'll hand it over. The food has been dished out. There is a myriad of steamed vegetables, meats, and hearty cheeses to be eaten, all at the cost of the scales, of course. So you all had the best of the best. You finish your conversation. It's like, as you like now were done, the smell kind of
Right.
hits you. Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't realise you had.
No, go on.
Have
I was-
I ever seen Persephone drink before? Like drink alcohol?
No, I've only been drinking water.
Oh, okay. So yeah, no, you haven't.
Yeah.
I was going to say that was a question more for Carl, but yeah, no, you haven't, unfortunately. Water, ales, different drinks are provided. A small bowl for deer to lap out of. You all enjoy a hearty, aristocratic-esque meal. Meal gets.
I would like to head to the library.
Okay, that's what I was waiting for someone to speak up. So,
Yeah, no one's talking. I'm sorry. I feel like I'm
No.
out of character. I'm sorry, but it was like
No, it's fine.
Did tell people off.
well, the
It was like,
yeah, Mama Cass got angry and now everyone's on a downer.
well, I'm sorry, but did you see what happened last session? Of
Oh,
course
I
she
did.
was angry.
I saw
Yeah.
it all.
We all
So-
came out of it alive.
I saw the whites of Bug's eyes as people slew him in
Barely.
cold blood.
What time is it now, by the way?
About 1 o'clock, maybe?
After lunch.
In the afternoon.
Just ticked over midday, going into the afternoon.
Stephanie, would you like to come with me?
To the where? Sorry.
I'm going to the library to put up a training program. You keep on mentioning that you're going to do training, so I thought you might like to come with.
Oh, I'll come for a walk. I don't mind.
Oh,
As you discuss this, you hear a brief whistle, and Cravala looks over to the door, and there's someone, a young man, stood there and kind of gestures to Cravala and like, right, I'll see you guys in a bit, yeah, and goes to stand up and leave.
Before she
Cravala.
leaves, I'm just gonna say, don't bring any shit to our doorstep.
No, I won't. And what did you say then, Cass?
Right, to come with us as well.
Ah, and she looks at the young man in the doorway. Got a pre-arrangement.
Yeah, but you can rearrange that, and you can spend some time with us.
I think she's found the dirt she
Next
wants
time.
to do, Cass.
As it's like she's kind of answering you as she's slowly walking away. And she's like, next time. And walks off.
Evan.
Yes. You wish for me to follow?
Please.
Leave her alone. She can do what she wants.
She follows us around entirely with the entire purpose of trying to kill us.
And if she tries, it will put her in the grave. Leave her alone.
Or it will put one of us.
Leave her be. It's my responsibility at the end of the day. I'm the one who brought her, and if anything happens, you can blame me.
And if it's me that's dead,
Better get back with that glaive then.
You look as there's no glaive on his back.
As he wishes. And Cass is going to leave with
Okay. So
Danny, I would like to put together a training program, please. That factors for everybody.
that
I
is
have an idea.
no problem at all. I do you want me to leave you to it? Because I'm assuming you're going to scribble something out.
Yeah, basically, when we come to tomorrow morning, I'm going to go through the training.
Okay, doke. I'll leave you to it then, because I was just basically saying, do you want me to role play through it, or are you good?
No, we can time skip. It's fine.
That's fine.
So
Everyone.
when we get to the
stuff.
library, I'm gonna look specifically for a book on deep sea creatures like leviathans and
Okay.
giant squids and
What?
stuff. And that reason is I'm gonna get a piece of pen and paper and just sketch some smaller, miniaturized, big enough to fit, obviously, on my trident. So I'll just downsize. It's get an idea, get some practice in drawing.
Okay, make a investigation check, please. Nice. You're able to find a book that was written by a bard probably 20 years ago. It tells us a long and detailed history of a hero known as Dusvan, who was rumoured to be the one in Colossal Taiga, the one who slayed the kraken that besieged the town, beat it off the shores and sent it back to the depths it came. You can see where the bard has drawn extravagant drawings of this sole hero bravely fighting against the tens of thousands of tendrils that this kraken laid upon him. This man, untouched, unheard of, slew and cut off neon 30 tentacles before it withdrew to the depths once more.
It's a great story, isn't it? When you hear every other word.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
story.
Danny. Yeah. It was an epic battle. Something about 30 tentacles getting sliced off. Tens of tens, I believe, was another one. And yeah, Danny.
Yeah.
Translation: Sweet F happened.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, whilst we are in the library, when she's busy studying, when Persephone is, I would just like to drop a book like on top of her books that's about elven culture and actually what happened after the Gottlieb Krieg. Because
Okay.
she told some lies, and Cass is here to help her. This is what really happened.
Who told some lies?
You've been told some lies.
I've been told some lies.
What you
So,
see,
yeah, I'm just gonna
you're-
drop a book on.
you're deep in the study of this hero Dusvan and this Kraken Slayer, and you're kind of getting a bit engrossed into it and looking at the drawings and the pretty pictures, and then poof, this heavy, thick, leather-bound, strapped book, written in Elven, is dropped in front of you. And you see Cass.
Yes.
You mentioned to me the other day about sea owls and how they came to be. I just thought this might be quite interesting for you. To know a bit more about your history. Have you spent much time learning about Elvenkind?
I'm only 21, so I didn't have much of an education before I left.
What?
Is that the Elven 21
Yeah,
or the
it is.
actual 21?
No, Elven
The Elven
21.
And Cass immediately is lowering herself down to Persephone's level. You're how old?
Well, 22 in 2 months.
Oh my dear. You're 21 years old. You were born 21 years ago.
Give or take a month or so. I can't remember exactly what month it is at the minute.
So the actual 21, not the Elven 21.
I thought that's what you meant, Michael, sorry.
No.
Yeah, no, she's a baby.
No, she is an actual
Oh no,
baby
she
in
has been
Elven
alive
time.
for 2 and a bit
Yeah,
centuries.
that's why Cass is having this reaction of, oh my god, what's a baby? Where are your parents?
Probably still in the ocean somewhere.
And they let you leave?
They didn't have a choice.
What happened?
Bit of a bust up, and I left.
Oh no, she's a runaway.
She's a runaway.
You're gonna drag her back to her parents, aren't you?
No!
She will do with that age.
I mean, I know a little bit about sea elves, but I didn't believe that they let their young out so early. Oh,
They didn't really let me out early. Like I said, I left because we had a disagreement.
read the book. Do you need any help with anything? Just let me know, okay? And if
Yeah,
you need
fine.
to talk, I'm here to listen.
Thank you. But I'll have a look once I've finished jotting this down.
Persephone, you immediately
not-
see. Oh, sorry. Go on, carry on, Rose.
No, I was just gonna say, I'm not sure whether you should be reading such a violent book.
She has a kill count.
I know, Cass doesn't like this.
But I was going to say, you immediately see, Persephone, that the second you reveal your age, you watch the demeanour and the way Cass talks to you immediately shift to that of a child. It's a... You take it how you will.
Like a child. Like a child.
Oh, no, not like a 6-year-old, but, you know...
Oh, Babby!
No.
Oh, leave me alone!
But you immediately
she's
drop it. Like... But yeah. So,
Hello?
yeah?
I'm just
Nope,
going
nope.
back to my
No,
my,
no, Liam.
my jotting artwork down and stuff.
I continue with my training program.
Yeah. And for the rest of the day, people go about their business. Again, feel free to jump in if anyone wishes to do anything.
I suppose I'm helping with this training program, as I was asked, unless we step outside and
Yeah.
Cass tells me no, go follow Corvella.
I need to...
No, I did say, I don't know if you called it, that as Varg wishes for us not to get involved, we don't get involved. It's not our place. And bring you with me. Okay, so my thoughts are, Michael.
Is this still the same day, by the way?
Yes.
I was about to announce a time skip, that's all, to the next day when she...
We can time skip to the next day if you want,
Yeah,
Danny, and then
to
me
when
and
you present
Michael
it.
will go.
Okay, in that
But if you
case,
want
then
to speak now,
Danny?
go, I'm happy to.
Can
before
we
you-
time skip over the 3 days? Just kind of get through the
Hang on, Carl is trying to say before we time skip.
Yeah.
Oh, I
We
can't
just said
hear.
about don't talk over people, and we talked
Yeah.
over.
Right. Before you time skip, Danny, I'm changing my skill setting as per my talent.
Yes.
Okay, to the appropriate tools for what I'm doing. The diamond one, you said.
Do you have it, though? The tools?
I'm looking through. I need. That's what I'm saying. I need to go to the shop to buy some.
Yeah, I think jeweler's tools are like 20 gold.
you know
I
what?
want to immediately say. Hang on, give me a sec.
25 gold for jeweler's tools.
There we go.
What happened there? Oh,
25 gold, yeah.
I'll buy some of the tools then.
Yeah. Okie dokie, Rose. So yeah, roll a intelligence with proficiency once more as you're practicing now with the jeweler's tools.
Hold on. I've just got to save it.
Okay.
Right, Amber, what are you
Because
doing?
you're using your feature to change your proficiency, aren't you?
Right, get back to here. Right, again, intelligence, yeah?
Yes, with proficiency once more.
Oh, God's sake. Amber, what's your feet? Hold on a second, my daughter's climbing all over me here.
Oh, bless.
Right. Let's get Chris. Right, that's saved. Let's go around. And... Oh, wrong button. Intelligence. Normal.
Nice. You have a bit of a defter hand, and that's with another +2, so that's 24 total. You have a defter hand, and you're given your intricacies with lockpicking and different pickpockets and sleight of handness, this is more your game. This is helping with the detail. The blacksmith tools get the main bulk, but this is to get the nice intricate shading layers in the engravements. And you said you were doing a seahorse on the reverse?
Yeah.
You're able to expand on the seahorse and take it down the taper of the blade, going out of the fuller and down right to the very edges. You're able to mimic waves and almost like a Damascus steel look. So it looks like you've engraved layers into the weapon, but without actually doing it.
Cool.
Really, really fucking nice. And
That's all I can do.
if you don't want this sword, you've probably just increased its value by a bit for decoration purposes.
Oh.
You feel that the work you've done, and very good work at that, not bad.
I'll give myself a pat on the back.
Yeah.
I'll wait a bit until I play again.
Varg,
What?
you're sat in the tavern.
Oh wait, no. Oh no, I was going to say something as well.
Oh, go on then. I'll let you do
I was
that.
going to go to the I was going to go to the library with fuckos and just chill with them.
Okay. You're
I
in the
just want to be clear
library.
as well, Danny, before you say anything else. I'll wash my hands after.
Okay, that's good. But you're in the library and you can see that Cass is currently heading the books and getting like an idea of training methods and different strategies. You see that Persephone is sketching out of a book and drawing different sea monsters, as well as having the thick elven book to the side that she's looked at, but not terribly so. You then feel the weight on your back increase significantly. It's as if someone has just dumped about 60 pounds on your back.
Oh boy, I hope that means more damage.
And you feel like it's almost as if like someone's put a massive backpack on your back, and you feel it clamber off and fall off. As you feel like then a claw dig into your leg as you look, as you can see about 4 foot long, about 3 foot high, a wolf next to you.
Doggy.
Bigger, bit meaner too. You can see that its snout's more defined, and it's no longer a pup. You recognise it, given its unusual colours it gives off, to be the spirit within the blade, or the axe.
Doggy.
Ooh. It just kind of stares at you intensely for a moment, and you hear in your head, in common, "Good work. There is more to come."
Doggy's being weird.
Dog can speak English.
It kind of
Dog speakingy.
it clambers up onto the table and just kind of sits there and just looks at you and looks at the two party members with you and looks at you and looks around. Just sits there.
God, I wish I knew what it was saying with all the breaking up.
It's just sitting there at the minute, looking around the room.
I'll stroke it.
Yeah. It will allow.
Doesn't get a fucking choice.
You gain a feeling in your mind that, as needed, you have a more control over... You know how before it was a struggle and you had no control over bringing the pup forward? Now, you feel a connection with it and you're able to associate a word with the pup, now dog, wolf, sorry, that will summon it forward as required.
Doggy.
Doggy is the command word.
I'm back.
Welcome back. You currently have, in the middle of your research, Cass, a wolf sat on the table, as Varg's there.
I just go off the table.
It looks down at you, and then looks back at
Off.
Varg.
The table.
It ignores you.
And if she ain't saying it to me, then
Can you get the dog off the table, please?
I'll look at the dog and say, "Do you want to go off the table, pal?"
Cass and Varg, you both hear in your minds, I will do what I wish. Leave me
Do?
be, mortal.
Danny,
Yeah?
you hear say and then do. That's it.
No.
I will do as I wish. Leave me be, mortal. As it kind of says this in a condescending tone towards Cass.
Dog, like you.
It is not a demand, but a request. It is an old table in a library. Treat it with respect. Please get off the table.
Roll a persuasion check. I'll leave this up to the dice. Because it could swing either way.
Oh, yay, one of them. Oh, I do have persuasion.
Oh dear. Okay.
18.
If you've ever seen a wolf, like, grunt in like a flippantness, you swear it does that as it just vanishes, and you see
You need to meet my dog then, because my dog sighs all the fucking time.
yeah, and you just see the spectral energy just rush towards Varg, whip around him and into the axe once more.
Thank you.
Doggy.
You speak the command word and it stood at the side of you. You hear Cassie mumble the words doggy and then it appears.
I just want to
Cass
stroke
is
the
going
doggy.
back to her training plan.
It will silently just be vigilant over you lot. As the rest of the day goes by, the morning comes, you all spend...
Is there anything else to do before we...
believe everyone's good. Again, feel free to jump in if needed.
The doggy.
Yeah, while they're all researching, can I see about familiarity with the weapon now?
Yes. How do you want to go about it?
Just, having a feel, having a sense,
Yeah.
having a wiggle and a tiggle.
Yeah, you play with the axe, sat at the table, and the shaft has moulded and changed ever so slightly to be more of a companion weapon, as it's noticed certain places where you gripped, and you could swear the metal has morphed the tiniest amount just to be ever so slightly more comfortable. Nothing that's going to change anything mechanically yet, but it's adjusting to you specifically. Whereas the axe before was adjusted to its previous, it's now adjusting to you as it's slowly going through a change. Make a perception check as well. This is for the night, as like you back at the tavern.
Who, me?
Yes.
Okay, when you finish with him,
That's
I'll
all
come
right.
back to me.
You go first.
Yeah, well, no, we'll come back. Okay, do you want to leave it then for a sec, Kai?
Yeah, if it's at night.
Okay, go on.
So before it's night time, I want to go to the tanner's,
Yeah.
and I'll take my trident with me, and I want 2 leather handles placed around in the locations where I feel comfortable for it to hold it.
Yeah, that's easy enough. That'll probably set you back because they'll use scraps. Probably like... to get the leather for you to wrap yourself, probably about 6 copper.
Cool.
It's still good leather, but the thing is, it's offcuts and scraps that can't really be used for clothes and other things.
I don't want scraps. It has to look nice.
No, it's good leather, but it's offcuts. Like, they're too small to be used for anything else, so they're good for hand wraps.
Okay.
So it's
So
6
I'll do-
copper. They're not really expensive.
Okay, cool. Thank you. And then obviously we return back to the tavern on the evening.
Yeah. and you go a process of wrapping it and putting it in places where it's a bit more comfortable, a bit more grippy. Because before it was just a straight steel bar with small engravements for fingers, just to give a bit of grip, but not too much. But yeah. So can you make a perception check, Varg?
Get me to do that. 6 left.
Okay. You notice Cravala's in bed way before you are due back, and like you come into the room and she's already asleep. And yeah, that's all you see. Go ahead to the next morning. Cass, do you wish to present your findings?
Okay.
Okay.
Are you not ready? Do you want me to wait?
No, I'm ready. I'm ready.
Okay.
Dear,
Ahoy, ahoy.
Oh dear.
I would like you to do a bit of research tomorrow. I would like you to read through books and accounts of actual battles, see what they do, and then maybe gain a bit of knowledge about how to think before you act. And then maybe a little bit of a multiple choice test at the end. Like, what would you do in this scenario?
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah. Sounds good.
Brilliant. Evan and Varg, I'm sure you already have your own training plan sorted. Theon, I might need to have a chat with you alone in the morning. If that's okay?
Right. Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, I need to have a chat with Varg as well. But that. Persephone,
Yes.
I would like, if it's okay with you, maybe if we did a bit of scouting tomorrow. Just some simple kind of like tailing people and that kind of, but safe, obviously.
Of course. What time?
Just to have to gain information.
What time?
Well, I'm thinking if we can get Cravala involved as well, maybe. But if not, maybe tomorrow afternoon.
Sure.
We'll bring Beer along with us as well.
Oh God,
Find some
not
people
him.
to help him out to be.
Oh.
I
We
meant more.
got more chance of practicing scouting without him.
Just
We
quickly
do,
interrupt
but
1 sec.
he also needs to know how to remain quiet and not out.
You're talking to that cat. Just be quiet. Again.
I will
don't
be back
think
in
into
1
that.
moment. I will let you carry on talking. Sorry, 1 sec.
I just
We
think it'll
can
be
try.
useful.
We could try.
Well, that's it. I think you two together,
Me and cat.
especially. Yeah.
Me and that cat together.
I'll be back in a second soon.
Oh, don't go, Liam. I need you here.
It's gonna be a
Liam.
second kind of bit.
We're talking
Okay.
to your character here, Liam. You're gonna
You're
go.
talking
leave.
about him at the moment, you're not actually talking to me.
You're part of it, though.
Okay. I will stay.
So,
for-
yeah, Liam, you stay and piss yourself.
Should we just have a break for a minute?
Yeah, let's just have a quick kiss cat.
Yeah.
Kitty cat.
Kit Kat. Right.
Yeah.
He wants to get some kitty cat.
The kitty cat wants a kitty
Idiot.
cat.
And it goes really silent.
It does.
Yeah.
Because of his string. Don't want to spoiler it.
No.
I'm going to say the N word.
Well, when Danny's not here to stop us.
Yeah.
Oh god, I wish his internet would sort itself out.
It's driving me potty tonight.
Tell me about it.
I am back.
He needs to reset his server, doesn't he?
Yeah, he really does.
Can't reset a server.
Are we good?
Can't do that.
Well, his router, that's what I mean.
Liam's nipped to the toilet.
Okie dokie. We'll
Oh,
take this
He
as
said he's got.
a momentary break.
Kitty cat.
We'll take it as a momentary break for people, so we can chat a little bullshit while we wait.
Damn it. So bad.
I've never known your net so bad, Danny.
Yeah, it's never done this normally.
It's done it a few times when you've been playing in games, but
Yeah. I don't know. So, what's been discussed then? What's the plan of attack for everyone?
Nothing yet because Kitty cat had to go.
Oh.
Liam did a small brain.
Oh, it's alright, because I left you as you were in the middle of it.
Yeah, as soon as you said you were going, he said he's going.
Great.
We was actually part of the conversation with him, but he just went anyway. So
Yeah.
don't worry.
Yeah, with the training, Danny, I don't expect for us to RP through it all. Like,
Yeah, no, that's fine. It'll just be a case of you
Just-
actively participate. This happens.
Yeah.
I've got
And I didn't
distracted.
choose Cass and Evan, Varg and Evan because I thought that you guys would know what you wanted to do for training.
And you didn't think I did?
I did, but you've got to remember, with Cass at the moment, she's just found out you're a baby. So she's going to be a little
I am
bit
not a baby.
Yeah, why do you think it's not combat practice? It's scouting.
I am not a baby.
To Cass, you're a baby.
I am not a baby.
You're 21 compared with Cass, who's 744. You're a baby.
Anyone's a baby to that.
Yeah, but their lifespans are different. You're an elf. You're a baby. For Varg and for Theon, because of their age ranges, they're not babies.
I'm feeling quite hard done by here. I'm not a baby.
Today, Carl, when we were talking about it, that you were up for this, so it's your own fault.
I know. I picked it at the start. This is where I wanted to do because it suited what I wanted to do as a story. But I'm going to argue. I'm not a baby.
Bless. Liam, are we back yet? Nope.
You said it'd be a minute, and that was about 2-3 minutes ago.
So Liam is probably fallen over a banana or something.
Yeah.
Fell in the toilet.
I had a mate who broke his ankle getting out the shower before 6-1.
Jesus.
I did it a few months back. I fell in the shower, like I bruised half of my body. Like, I'm not even kidding. I'm only 30, I'm not an old lady, and I fell in the shower. So, because I've got like a shower mat, and it wasn't on properly, and it slipped from underneath me, which meant that I went into the side of the bath and the wall with most of my body and my face. I had like a big like bruise on my cheekbone for about a week. And everyone at work was like, "Are you okay?" I was like, "Yeah, I fell in the shower." Just leave me be.
Jesus, that's rough.
Yeah, like, honestly, it was all up one side of my body, the way that I hit the deck. Yeah. Always make sure that your bath mat, which is meant to keep you safe in the shower, is safe.
Not loose.
Yeah. Hurt.
Right. Hang on, I just need to check something as well. What's everyone's passives? Perceptions?
Passive.
Yeah.
12.
18.
Ooh. I'll check Deers while he's away.
Ten.
10.
Oh, that's wisdom.
It'll be whatever your perception is plus 10.
That'd be 10 then.
You'd probably be the only one to notice this, Cass, but I'll point this out while Liam's not here, because you will have pretty much noticed it straight away. On Cravala's arms and hidden under the brow of the fringe of her hair, you can notice like cuts and gash marks and wounds.
Oh.
She's made an attempt to hide them, and to everyone else, They don't notice, but you do.
I'll wait till she's not around. Actually, I'll wait.
Okay. I just wanted to put that out there just so you can have a think on it. Because it
No,
would have been something you noticed. Because I was like, oh, hang on, I'm pretty sure there was a couple of people with over 15 passive.
Passive of what? Sorry.
15 or higher.
15 or what? Sorry.
Higher.
Of.
Passive perception.
What is your perception plus?
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear that because I wasn't. I was dealing with my daughter.
Oh, okay.
My perception is a +6.
Okay,
So
so
you have 16 passive.
so she would have noticed as well. You notice that on Cravala's arms and like the top of her head, just before the hairline, you notice that she's bearing wounds. Not fresh, but a day or two old. That she's actively trying to hide.
Okay, thank you.
Is Liam back yet?
Nope.
Unfortunately not.
I'll take Liam.
Yeah, it's going to be a minute. Yeah.
Should we just
Well, I've-
carry on without?
Yeah. I've got Distracto Cat anyway. Oh, he's back.
Yeah.
Right.
Quick minute there, Liam.
Both of them, to be honest.
Leaving that alone. So, as I was saying, I just
Yeah.
think, from my knowledge of druids, you could be extremely useful in stealth. I just think you need to learn sometimes that it's better to wait on what rather than accent.
What is at the ending for you? Because I was a little bit.
Sorry, I said sometimes it's better to watch and wait rather than react.
Oh, okay.
So this will be more of a stakeout.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay. Yes.
Cool.
Steak.
Beef.
Leaving that alone. And I think that's everything. Obviously, Layla's not here, but Cass would have put her with Evan.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's the training plan that I have so far. Obviously, I need chats with people. I'll do that in the morning.
Is that it? Right. I'll see you guys later.
Gravel?
What?
Was that Gravala?
Yes.
I didn't know whether you'd want to be included in the training, Gravala.
It's fine.
No, I mean, if you do, I'd love for you to Persephone, Deer and I.
Sure. I'm gonna be with you guys for a while anyway, so might as well.
So, see you all in the morning then, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah.
I just want to point out, Rose, this was the morning, remember?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, no, we did an overnight thing, and then skip to the morning where you've proposed. Unless you want to skip through
No,
the...
that's fine,
very
Danny. It's just we're just skipping out a bit. Like
Yeah, it's fine.
Having
Yeah, it
trouble.
sounded like we were doing that when we all got back to the tavern at night.
Yeah.
Because I thought Cravala was still asleep because you'd said she'd shown up. She'd already gone
Yeah.
to bed.
No, it's fine. Like, it's forgivable. The Mike's been a dick.
So
What
in the
will do?
morning.
Oh no.
Stephanie, would you like to go with Deer and Gravala to the library and I'll meet you there?
Dear?
Stephanie?
Oh,
Are we scouting the library now?
No, we're going to first do a bit of training on, previous battles. So Deer has a better understanding of what to do in a battle.
So this is a
You're
history
very good at
lesson.
fighting. Sorry?
This is a history lesson.
A bit of a history lesson, yes.
So back at school then. Okay, right.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
Off
gonna
you
just
pop.
roll my eyes and say, fine, I'll meet you there.
Yeah, the
Come
three
on,
of
guys.
them will go, and I assume you follow directly.
No, I'm going to ask Varg to walk. Varg?
Oh boy, I also get the history lesson, sure.
No, you get the quiet conversation beforehand.
Yeah. I just wanted to know if you'd escort me to the library. You don't have to come with us, I just like to.
Sure.
I
You
take
on?
it.
I'll
I
catch you
take it.
later.
I'm at your earshot now. Yeah.
The three,
Yeah.
the three Cravala deer and you have gone.
Okay.
Theon, you go with them too. I'll get to you when we get to the library. Cool?
Just all of you, fuck off, go.
I'm trying to get it all in my head straight, and it's not working very well. I'm
It's
having a bit
fine.
of trouble
We'll be
tracking.
shuffled to the library.
Yeah, go. Get ready for teachings, children.
Layla goes as well.
No, Layla's going to stay with Evan. They're
Okay.
going to do training.
Okay.
Yeah, how not to run towards the enemy.
Yeah, some manners.
I'm hoping that he can do his thing with the fact that he's trained multiple paladins over the years. Do your thing, Evan.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yep.
Let's go.
So, Varg, will you accompany me?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
I
you
wanted-
two.
Yeah.
Go on.
You were stepping into it there, Danny.
Yeah, I know, because there was a break. I went to do it and then I had a start. Sorry, go on.
That's right. I thought all the dear Theon, Cravala, and Persephone have all headed off to the library at this point, and Cass is waiting a little bit and then going to follow. So they're not in earshot.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to check in, really. After our last conversation about trust and the other day, sorry, you seemed... Something didn't seem right.
I'm fine. I just don't like having to kill things.
You have to kill them?
Yes. And if I tell you I have to kill it, I have to kill it. I don't want an argument.
What do you mean? And
I don't want there to be disagreements about how it could have gone. If I need to kill something, I will tell you in advance, or as the situation will probably be when it finds it. Just trust me on
No.
it.
I will do, but I just want to gain a bit of an understanding of why.
I'd kind of point to the axe.
Does the axe make you kill things?
Oh no. The axe doesn't make me kill them. The axe tells me what I need to kill.
Oh.
Just so
You're-
happened, Bug was one of those things.
No, I
Special.
kind of understand a little bit. You did give us a chance to not kill. Why did you have to kill him?
Probably a better conversation for a better time.
Did you know the dog was going to grow?
Oh yeah.
Have you seen what happens when the dog's...
Haven't seen it, but I know what happens. And that's my hill to climb.
Maybe one day, when I get stronger, I'll be able to show you what...
Maybe. You could always try inspecting it again now that he's bigger.
That is a very interesting case. Danny, we need to anywhere secluded.
You're currently you're like walking to the place. It's easy enough to probably find somewhere that's quiet. The easiest, obviously, is one of the rooms back at the tavern. But you can probably find somewhere.
I mean, if you're happy for me to have a look.
I don't mind, but like I said the first time, I think you probably need to ask the dog.
I don't know whether the dog will listen.
There is a good chance it won't.
Doggy.
It seems to be... It called me a mortal. I've never... The only thing that's ever called me a mortal was a god.
The dog isn't the god, but the dog is an extension of the god.
The god that... You've mentioned obviously before that you didn't want this, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Can I ask who your god is?
The same as the cats.
Seriously?
Mm-hmm. I was once a druid.
You were once a druid?
Mm-hmm.
Are you from these parts then?
Not these parts specifically, but from this country.
I don't really know much. Paladins are more my kind of thing, but I've never heard of a druid becoming a paladin.
And you probably never will.
Not completely. Are you the only one?
Right now, yeah. Historically, no.
If you ever need for some support against what you're facing, I'm always more than happy to see if I can. If not, I'll try my hardest.
We'll see.
I assume this is at the point though where we reach the library. It's
Yeah.
like dead awkward.
Yeah, you've
you
both
like-
been stood outside the library for a couple minutes now.
Would you like to come study?
Not particularly, but I've got nothing better to do.
Maybe there might be some books on what you're facing. I did find a book about your god. I was researching it because the Tabaxi mentioned it and I'd not heard of him before. I only really know 5 gods in total. But knowledge is power.
I'll take your word for it.
Use it wisely.
Also, I probably need some help wrangling the children. So if you can be on hand.
Sure.
And maybe keep an eye on Theon, I'm quite worried.
I'm more worried I'll have to kill him.
That too. He's on a dangerous path.
Aren't we all?
Yeah, but our path is more... There's a reason behind power. And power be... I'm going to have a chat with him. Okay. Thank you. Shall we go head in?
Right.
I want to talk to the doggy.
Okay.
Doggy.
Doggy wolf.
And you feel the presence and you see the wolf stood at your side and looking around.
Wagwan, dogman, what's the news? I need to ask you a question.
Speak.
How do you feel about the woman inspecting you? Or having a look at the weapon?
The nosy one should stay back, for she might get in our way. I do not mind her being near us, but she should stay to her lane.
How much did you
Yeah,
get,
no,
Kai?
I kind of wish I understood a single word of that, to be honest. The
Was
one
a
bit
bit
where he actually
shame
started
back.
to hear him, Cole talked over him, so...
No, that was it. He was stay back and
The nosy one needs to stay back. She will get in our way. I do not mind her being near, but she needs to stay in her lane.
Alright, well, I'm still going to let her have a look.
She can try, as he goes quiet.
And then I'm going to kind of reinforce, while you might speak for them, you are still a tool to me. You are still to be used by me, and you are to help me on this goddamn journey that we're both perpetually stuck in. While one of us is mortal, it still doesn't mean that you get to call all the shots on this one, bud, unless, of course, they say so.
You must
Relax.
remember, you are much a tool as I. We are both guided by the one
Exactly.
who made
So
me.
relax. We're both in the same position.
So be it, mortal. And he will go quiet once more and follow you in.
I'll kind of whisper, we all have a lane to stay in, bud. Let's just make the journey a bit faster.
Yeah. There's no response. There's no response, just slowly it will prowl in next to you.
Oh, I'll scratch his ears as we walk, you know. Ears after all, a doggy.
He tries his best to not enjoy it, but you can just see the back leg twitch ever so slightly.
Doggy.
You say dog in, gone.
He loves it.
So,
Know your fucking place, trash!
It was so good. Like,
oh yeah, it's a real toxic relationship, it seems, between the two of them. But it works.
well, no, basically, it's we're meant to be friends, and you're dicking me about. That's what
Yeah.
I got from Varg.
But yeah, you walk in, Varg, and you see Cass, who's currently collecting books and bringing them to the table. You see Cravala with her feet up and balancing the point of a dagger on the end of her finger, and the other three, in various states of listening or dicking about.
I wouldn't be D-I-C-K-ing about. I'd be reading the book that was given to me
Someone's got a child
yesterday.
in the room.
Yeah, himself.
Oh,
by
you
the
will be
sound of
looking
it.
for
Well,
a
this is
book.
why I said, Carl, you're either listening or dicking about. I left it as a
Yeah.
spectrum because every character's different.
I want to be reading the book that she gave me yesterday.
Okie
just to have
doke.
a
Yeah, you
history.
start reading through, and perception-wise, it's morphed from what you've been taught, but some of the basics are there. You start with the initial creation, in where the elven gods that were made post-Krieg to replenish the earth and bring diversity into the humanoids. It's interesting, but the thing is, from what you were told as a general stroke, it's not quite the same, but there's elements. You spend the day training, be it researching battles, tactics, abilities for camouflage, elven history. Varg, you oversee the group. You make sure everything's as is, which it is. It's a library. It's fairly mundane, but honestly, there's probably worse things to be doing, so you don't mind. Evan,
It
take...
was more,
Go on.
no, the aim of it is more to show that training doesn't always have to be swinging a sword. Sometimes practical knowledge, and we stand on the shadows of giants kind of deal. We need to learn from our past to move forward. So that's
Yeah.
why I'm trying to show that having a little bit of knowledge can be good further on.
Knowledge.
And you're dying.
No, it's just Dia's just put I'm learning in the chat on Roll20. But no, Layla and Evan do more of a physical training throughout the day, and as well as the couple days previous, where it's not, as you say, not training as in swinging a sword, but training nevertheless. You all now have access to your level 3 as you all go through. We pre-rolled HPs.
Danny?
Yes.
I
Before
didn't.
the end of the day,
Mm-hmm.
I do. Sorry, Carl, go for it.
I didn't roll HP.
Well, do you want to roll HP right now? Are you
He
going?
did. He's joking.
Oh shit! Fuck off, Carl, you cheating bastard.
Oh, you've been.
You lose 2 maximum HP for that cheat attempt.
No, it doesn't.
That's exactly what you gained. But no,
Got nothing left.
but go on. Sorry, Rose. What is it you want to do?
Beans.
Some point during the day, maybe when it's a little bit louder in the library and stuff like that, maybe they're having a break from reading. I do want to pull Theon, into the stacks for a minute.
Okay.
Just
Oh yeah.
kind of talk to him and be like, you obviously asked for me to help you with your predicament.
Yeah.
How did you get in this
It's pretty much I ran away from home and I was living it rough for a few years out in the wilds. And then they just had a little sign come to me.
What was the sign?
Sign of red. Darkness. But they
And you
covered me.
accepted it?
At the time I was a bit desperate. I hadn't eaten in days. I was very weak at the time. But now I regret it.
There's a story of a woman who strayed off the path, followed a god, which meant hatred towards all. She wove a web, secrets and light beneath the city. It's very easy to stray off the, and it'll be harder to get. You do understand?
Yes. And it's a very hard path to get back onto.
Do you want to be not attached to this creature? To be
Be free.
free?
I'll back in 1 second.
Okay.
Have you had any idea of what you'll do?
Not really at this time. The problem is he's always watching, he's always listening. So any move that I do take, he'll know straight away.
Do you have anything on your person that was given?
It's at about this time during the conversation, Cass, you notice under the breastplate on the back of his leather armor, you notice and feel a movement. Theon, you feel a small something crawling on your back as it's appeared. You see a little red tail lashing Cass behind him.
I have a quick look, see what it is.
You grab it and pull it out, and you see a small humanoid-esque creature with a forked tail and small bat-like wings. And you see this little boy.
You accepted more power from him.
Power! No.
Then why have you gain that?
I have no idea.
I was gonna say, I'm kind of imagining Theon's got it by the leg, hanging it upside down, just like inspecting. Like, what the fuck is this?
Oh yeah, Kath
Yeah.
like knocked over 3 chairs and like edging back quickly. But you accepted more power. That's the only way. You had to. You need to deny it.
But if I deny it, it will try to kill me.
And you need to find a way to stop it.
And help me.
I can only help you if you can help yourself.
I will try.
I ain't afraid of no ghost.
This ain't a ghost.
Can you give me its name?
As you think on its name, you try and think, like, does it have a name? You don't hear a voice, but you just get a feeling. Laxus
Laxus.
is the name of the imp.
No,
The
not
name
the
of the
creature's
imp.
name. I want the thing that's attached to him. I want the devil's name.
Oh,
Head honcho, Big Dick Sam.
you don't know you don't know Theon, and trying to think, it never gave its name. Probably intentionally. It was always to you. It.
Here it is. The great one.
Yeah, it never referred to itself in your presence by a name.
It is. It never gave me its name, but I've always called it the great one.
You might need to meditate. I hate to say it, but you've got to push back and stand your own, make your will stronger, find out its name. We don't know how to do anything without it. It could be a million devils.
I will try my best.
Have you been turned from good?
Yes. I have done things that I am not proud of at all.
I shit in an IKEA toilet.
I mean, out of a character? Were you once good and now gone evil? That's what I'm trying to ask.
Yeah, sorry.
He's on the path.
Tomorrow morning, if you would allow me, I'd like to conduct a ceremony. I can hear Michael's sound of, oh god.
No, actually, that wasn't an oh god sound. That was, oh, I see where you're going there.
Yeah, do you get what I mean? I'm
Yeah.
hoping I can put him back. It's gonna be a lot more difficult for that devil to have a grip on a good soul.
Yeah, I like to see how this one turns out.
It's going to be interesting.
Essentially, what she's going for here is an exorcism.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Praise
It's
the
gonna be
Lord.
It's going to be so funny when either you get to have a one-to-one conversation with this devil through him, or you go flying across the room.
This
I'm
could
gonna
be
get everyone involved in it though. I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna make sure I've got Evan there at least, and Varg probably. Basically, I'm gonna make sure everybody's pinning Theon down so he can't kill me.
Who are?
Oh,
I'm
my
quite
like
the
that.
expert in tying people up, so...
Theon
Yeah.
does all that.
Dia approves.
No, he doesn't. There isn't a fur butt plug involved.
That's why you share with me, dude.
I
So,
would point.
I-
Yeah.
If you
Just-
wouldn't mind
just-
tomorrow, if you are willing,
Yes.
it might be something we can try. It will have to be tomorrow though,
That's fine.
because I need to remember how to do that spell.
Okay.
Could I then have to do some research on like different celestials and that?
Okay, yeah. Anyone in particular? An area? Because the way you know it is gods tend to look over specific areas? Is there like a god of X or goddess of something you want?
Would you like some help?
Pretty please.
Right. Okay. So as everyone's distracted, I'm going to have a little walk. I'm going to sneak out.
Do you not remember the fact that I was watching all of you?
Yes, but that's what I'm going to go down the aisles as I'm going to find another book or something and try and sneak out.
I'm watching you.
Okay. Roll stealth.
Natural what?
Roll a perception, Varg, as you have been actively looking. Everyone else would be passive.
Yeah. Hold on, let me just.
You lose. You get nothing.
You just catch out the corner of your eye, and what it is, you notice the wolf's attention get distracted for a moment, and as you like, what are you looking at? And as you look around, you just see Persephone walking out the door of the library.
I'll follow her.
You follow up behind quickly, and because she's actively stealthing, she's going a lot slower, and then as she gets outside and feels like, oh, I'm good, she goes to turn away, and Varg, right there.
Oh, hello.
With Doggy.
Hello.
Where are you going?
Just back to the tavern.
No.
No, I'm not going back to the tavern. Or no. Well, no, what?
I'll lean over a little bit. Did you finish reading your book?
Yes.
What did you learn?
That my parents didn't tell me the whole truth.
Nothing but the truth.
I'm just fucking with you. Have fun, and then I'll walk off.
Your teaching assistant is useless.
I'm gonna head back to the tavern then.
Okay.
I'm not a teaching assistant.
You pretty much got dragged in as one.
No, I got told to look after them. Oh, she's going to the tavern. I don't give a shit.
So what is it, Theon, you're looking for then?
Mainly anything to do with like terrestrial patrons.
Yeah, but there is a number of gods in the pantheon of this world. Is there any particular area to narrow it down? Do you want a god? Are you looking up gods of nature, war, protection, music, poetry, magics?
Celestial warlocks don't tend to be for a god.
I know.
They can be, but they're more to do with like being.
I know, it's just more flavour-wise.
Yeah.
I know.
Me of like healing and that really.
Okay.
God of beans.
No, that's fine. So yeah, you look more into things like that, and with the help of Cass, it's easy enough to find a number of books that might be of use to you.
You keep on getting a book about elven gods sliding across the desk towards you. Like, look, Corellon.
But say I'm looking for something that's not specifically a god. Here are some gods.
Yeah. But like talking about, you know, what they called Kirins and beings of light and whatnot. I'll help.
Yeah.
One god that sticks out to you as one of the first ones you see that might be of an interest, maybe even serving and looking at deities under him, so not necessarily him himself, Lathander, which is, from what you can read, the god of birth and renewal and the rejuvenation of oneself. It rings a little true, given what you aim to do. Might be worth a little look into further.
I think it will be.
Yeah, but you spend a few moments discouraging the Corellon Jehovah's Witness book that keeps coming every so often.
Whoa. Theon didn't say he was going to discourage. I was just edging it towards him about the elven pantheon.
It's
Like,
fair.
that was
No,
all.
it's fair. You're right.
Let Theon choose for his own.
I'll eat boom both.
Okie doke. But yeah, you spend some time looking at them. Have you gone to the tavern to do anything specific, Persephone?
Yes, I'm going to get my kit out, not literally, and start.
She's just a child.
And start engraving my dagger this time.
Okay.
And that's me think you do something else.
Yeah.
Yeah, like go and get that fucking ring.
Yeah.
Is that a hint?
Roll a intelligence with proficiency, please.
Okay. And 20.
Wow, your fucking rolls, man. And that's got another
But-
+2.
Apart from when I want to stealth.
Yeah, like... No, well, no, you still
Or do-
rolled
or do
well.
or do my health.
I mean, I would say you're doing very well, given the fact that this is also, I would say, closer to Dex rather than intelligence.
Yeah, it's fair. I
can
might
roll
change
Dex.
it. I might change
Better.
it. But either way, he's been rolling well. He's
Oh, yeah.
doing well. But no, it's fair. You're fair. But
On my
no.
second, I want to do like a giant whale sort of flowing through it.
It's easy enough to do with that roll and to be done very well, as the dagger doesn't have a taper nor a fuller. It's very flat, and it's basically a canvas in which you're able to draw it on, and like the tail goes to the tip and the head of the whale goes to the guard. Looks nice. It looks really nice. It's detailed. It's fairly accurate.
Fairly.
Yeah, it's not perfect, but it's damn good.
So this is why you practice.
Yeah. But everyone else continues their training. As I said, you all gain...
I'll wash my hands after, just to be clear.
Yeah, you wash your hands after. But yeah, you all have gained your level up, as I have said. You become level 3. I will, unless anyone wishes to do anything specific. Actually, no, because Theon, I know you want to do stuff with Theon, Cass. So should we go to tomorrow with that? Unless anyone wishes to do anything in between.
I would like to do stuff in the morning.
Okay.
Not going to inspect the axe again?
Yes! I'm going to go talk to Varg. I want to have a look at the axe.
Okay.
night.
Oh.
I'm so sorry, guys. I feel like I'm taking
axe,
over the question.
The evening now.
The thing is, although you're
Yeah,
the
evening.
instigator of this, Cass, you are giving a lot of insight for the group benefit-wise, so I wouldn't worry too much.
Are we on the evening now?
Yeah.
Right, okay. So I won't be at the tavern this point. I'm going to be having a wander around the streets, scouting certain areas.
Okay. Let me guess, the trinket shop?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll come back to you
Do
in
it
a
over a
moment.
few days, you'll gain better knowledge.
Sorry?
Do it over a few days, you'll gain better knowledge.
Which is what I'm doing.
Okay. What I'll do is I'll feed you all the information at once when you've finished scouting, rather than doing it each night.
Yeah, no problem.
So, Cass, to you. Krivala's not in the room where Varg is. She's out.
Concerning,
Kind of
but
knock
okay.
on the door.
I will answer. I'm not going to be rude.
Are you ready for me to inspect?
Oh, yes, I am. Brought protection and all. Another hex.
Well, there is special tea in this world that I purposely created last campaign. But anyway, in character. Would you mind placing it on the floor just so I can touch?
Ooh.
Inappropriately.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I also...
Or you can hold it.
Smell.
I just need.
No, I'll put it on the floor and I'll get Doggy out because, you know...
Yeah.
let him watch.
He sits on Krivala's bed and just watches intently.
Okay, I'm gonna just kind of like put my hands on top of the axe and I'm just going to cast Identify and have a little bit of a vision, if that's okay.
Is this a whispers thing again?
No, it's... We'll do it as an open secret. I think it'll be beneficial.
Are we allowed to have it in whispers if we want it to, though?
If you want it to, I can.
I meant more for Kai. Kai, do you
Oh,
want
I
it
don't
in
care.
whispers? Okay, cool. I don't care either.
Okay.
I'm good.
Whereas before, the vision you had was very visual, this one has nothing. It's empty and it's plain. You look around in your mind's eye and see nothing, but then you hear a voice. Similar to the wolf you've heard once before. So you wish to know more. Very well.
Sorry, Danny?
Fuck! You hear a familiar voice of the wolf, and it says, so you wish to know more. Very well.
Show me.
I won't show you. You will sit and you will listen. My duty, as well as his, are to extinguish those that wish to steal magic from those that it does not belong. We are to set a balance in this world, and those that take magic for improper use, like the spectator you saw the other day, we are to extinguish it and return it to its rightful owners. That is all you need to know.
But at the same time, if you don't mind me mentioning, that wasn't the one who was stealing magic.
It was an abomination, and contained magics that were stolen. Killing it sent those magic back.
But you must understand that our viewpoint is our viewpoint. To that creature, we are an abomination. At the end of the day, beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
And this is why I spoke with the Varg and wished for him to not let you press. I knew you would not understand. This is why I spoke to Varg and asked and wished for you not to press. You clearly don't understand.
I don't understand, was that?
I have done this for millennia.
I mean, I've been doing this for nearly a minute. I do understand where you're coming from. Obviously, people stealing magic is not a good thing. But there has to be limits, and there has to be exceptions.
There are,
kill
but not that.
Creature. No connection to it.
You hear a pause. You will understand one day. Until then, you have earned all your deserving. As the vision fades.
Danny, can you
I
repeat that
believe
again?
that is, yeah.
Hold up, let me just...
Yeah, thank you, Kai. Right, it said, and this is why you have earned all you are deserving of. Until then, that's it. And it'll end the vision and force you out. Where you were took in your vision was essentially the inner sanctum in where the wolf spends its time. You were in...
That ain't true.
Rose?
Yeah?
Yep, that you're thrown out of the vision.
Sorry, I thought Kai was interrupting you then for a reason.
Yeah, I did. We need to have another talk after this session because you forgot a shitload of stuff I talked to you about.
Okay.
But either way, lol, doggy don't like you.
No.
No, Doctor did not like me at all. Okay. I think I might have angered the spirit inside your...
I won't worry about it. It's a wolf. It's pretty angry anyway.
Not necessarily. They have some anger. Doesn't everybody?
I'm gonna scratch Doggy's ear and just be like, well, Doggy, you know.
He just looks at Cass the whole time. Silent.
I'm gonna kind of not stand up exactly, but like get onto my knees and hold my hand out to the dog, as if like you know when you do it with animals when you like sniff first and then stroke afterwards? Like, can I repair this?
He will allow you to approach. He has no quarrel with you being there. He's more than happy to allow you to approach him. You hold your hand out and he doesn't respond in a negative light.
Does he respond at all?
He acknowledges you, but no more than that, really. It's not
Man,
hate. It's given your insight. It's not hatred. It's indifference.
and kind of falls under just knows the difference between who possesses what.
It's not so much the spirit that has to make that decision.
It's not.
Nope. Like I said, the wolf is a tool. It's an extension of my god, and it will choose. Well, sorry, the god will choose, and then it tells the dog, and the dog tells me. I don't think he makes the choices either. And while he's done plenty of tasks in the past, this one is just another job.
It does seem like it was a thing it had been taught. You know, like with a dog, it's its master that gives the commands. Dog.
Oh, undoubtedly. This axe and the spirit in it will serve me till my dying day.
Can I look at Varg then? Like when he says "my dying day," does it seem a bit iffy? That sounded iffy to me.
In what way iffy? Like ominous, iffy?
No, it seemed happy. This is some.
Varg, how,
Insight check it, come on.
I was going to say, roll insight.
I just kind of like tilt my head to the side. One good. I roll really poorly on insight, so.
Oh my god!
Go on. How does it come across, Varg? What's the intention?
It isn't necessarily happy. It's more just like an acceptance.
Okay. That's the sort of feeling you get, Rose. Cass.
Thank you. I do realise I am crying. I just want to help.
That's the first time Cass hasn't prodded something. Ooh.
I'm learning. I'm not used to this. People usually tell me before I prod, so. Okay, in character. Good night then.
Okay.
Can you two make a perception check, please?
Oh boy, is she gonna come swinging through the window? That ain't gonna fucking happen for me.
To the window.
Why is my fucking picture still Ainsley Harriott? I've got to change it.
Cass, you hear outside, just outside the window, like a dull thud.
I think someone's turning back. And then I'm going to lower my voice right down and kind of step closer and go, she's hurting her.
And that's her choice.
I don't think it's an intentional thing. I think she's either training or... There's a lot of cuts.
Either way, that's her choice.
Okay.
You say so.
I'm not worried about her. I don't trust her, but I'm not worried about her. If she wants to go and get herself killed doing something stupid, then that's less off my back.
You always had this thing about...
Ah, now Rose is cutting out.
Yeah, always had this thing about...
free will.
Not really. Only after my god decided to take it from me.
I'm sure one day I'll find... Like I said, good night.
Good night.
Cool. And I'll leave and go back
Auf
tomorrow with
Wiedersehen,
Evan.
goodbye.
If Evan's in there.
Is
Yeah,
Evan
I'll
there?
be up there. I do want to do one thing beforehand.
Okay.
Is I will wanted to ask the bar staff at some point as they've been going through.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you. Well, the young girl that's travelling with us. We've seen her often leaving with a young fella. Do you know who that is?
I know what you mean, yes, but I've seen her leave a couple times with different people, so... And I don't particularly recognise them myself, no. But I've seen at least, 3 different people she's left with. I think she left with a girl earlier today.
Do you know any of the people that she sees, or...
Let's roll a history check. Vaguely. I'm pretty sure the girl that she's with right now was something to do with one of the families in the mining area, where all the miners live. I think it's one of...
Danny.
Stop.
Not enough.
Shit. Do you want me to repeat?
Please.
The girl she left with earlier today, I'm pretty sure she's a member of one of the miner family households. One of their houses should be in the mining area.
One of the mining families.
Yeah, I believe... I vaguely remember the daughter.
Daughter of one of the mining families.
Yeah, I think that's who she was with, but I couldn't tell you honestly. They don't really come in, they just stand in the doorway and call her from the door.
Okay. Well, it's like I say, it's just we're trying to keep an eye out on her.
Well, if you wish,
She
I
had
can keep track for you. I don't ever
any-
usually see her come back in, though. I always see her leave.
Yeah, she's a bit of a tricksy one. That one. She had a rough time with the family.
Ah.
We're just trying to keep an eye on her ever since.
No, I understand. That's perfectly fine. I will keep an eye.
Well, thank you for your help. And if you do know any of them, if anybody knows any of them, please, if you could try and get their information.
Yes, I'll
just don't
certainly
want
keep an eye for you.
We just don't want something bad to happen to her.
And you can kind of see that there's a genuine concern, like, oh, okay, no, I get it. Like, yeah, I'll definitely keep an eye.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
No, please, for sure you're staying here as our guests. The least we can do is make sure you're all safe. Especially the younger one.
Thank you for your time. And yeah, so I will then order, I think I ended up on, a different kind of wine than what I'm used to, and I will have ordered that and take that up with me to kind of sip and drink.
You're given an entire bottle.
Okay.
Again, it's at the scale cost. So
I won't argue it. Like I say, I'm not going for too. Like I say, I wasn't going for too much, but it's not like I'm going to be chugging the entire thing. But yeah.
Yeah, she gives you it's alright, don't worry about it.
So
You take that
I'm up in the
upstairs.
room.
You're in there for probably an hour when Cass eventually does return.
I was training.
As well. I've tried to walk her through some of the techniques that I did know. This form is truly not as dexterous as it used to be. I think she managed to learn some of the basics, and she's definitely a keen shot. Good work with the rapier, but we'll see how it goes.
How did your training?
It felt good to be learning again. Getting used to a different style has been interesting. But I think I'm working through it. Starting to
Yeah.
feel a bit more like myself again. And you?
Very similar. It's weird being with.
Well, yeah, Evan will kind of grin at that. He's like,
Fassbender grins back.
it is weird to be this way again. I haven't felt like this since, well, I haven't felt anything like this for nearly 400 years, but I feel weaker than when before we first met.
No, I mean, I don't think I've felt it. It's just full stop.
You haven't
It's
felt
weird.
it. Yes. It's been, well, it's been a century since we've been like this, so.
Too many responsibilities.
Yeah. That's what the free.
I'm just gonna say, I do miss it sometimes. Being able to command a room, thousands of people, to where 2 or 3 people.
Well, we just have to earn that ability again, don't we?
Some of them are a bit dodgy. You remember the one with where I can make people do what I ask them to? Barely lifting a finger.
Mm-hmm. But had you become reliant on that now?
A little. It's good. Not as powerful. It's kind of shown me like the tale of resting on your laurels. It's good to have a bit.
Yes, it has been quite humbling to get knocked down again, but I relish the challenge.
And a few times though, to be honest.
What?
A few times. I mean, I did see you a bit red-faced the other day. Did Varg punch you in the face?
No, the flat of the axe.
Oh. I think that's the first time I've heard in over 600 years of a youth not winning a fight.
Well, every quarter century used to challenge the entire order. How they would feel now when a human knocks me around.
Just goes to show the kind of humans we've surrounded ourselves. And the half-elf and the sea-elf and the tabaxi. I've realised we're mostly. It's strange.
It's interesting. This is definitely one of the more capable groups we've seen. And we've seen a few.
Hopefully they don't stab knives in our backs, and I'm sure we'll be fine.
Well, none of them are bureaucrats, so I think we're a little bit better.
Oh, telling me. But no, a busy day tomorrow then, I guess.
True.
Oh, by the way, I'm going to perform an exorcism on Theon in the morning. Can you help me?
Okay, I don't know how this is going. No. Hopefully this will work, but I just wonder whether or not we're strong enough to do this yet.
We might not be, but I feel that sometimes, well, you know this. I mean, I've been in your head. Sometimes you have to try, because the only thing that if you don't do it, it's not going to work. Full stop. If you try, it might work.
Oh, I'm fully aware of that. I wasn't discouraging you from it. I was just reminding you of the threats we now face. Ones that we used to think were trifles are now able to squash us quite handily.
Yeah. But at the same time, isn't it a bit fun to fail?
Oh yeah.
So yeah, will you help me tomorrow? Because I'm getting really quite worried about things.
You're still all this time. You're still having to ask.
I know.
I'll
I just
help.
get. Thank you.
Okay.
Good night.
Oh, okay.
Sorry? No, no,
I
no.
was
Go
going.
on. Go
I
on.
was going to say, you heard any more? Well, you've seen or heard anything more about Kravala? She vanished again with those friends she's making.
Just come back.
And she's okay.
Well, she didn't fall off the roof. She did make quite a loud thud. I think she might need to get some training. But at the same point, with Kravala, I don't think we can push. We have to let her come.
As you just said, if you don't try, there's no chance of succeeding at all.
I think we need to trust Vargon. I know it sounds bad at the same time. Like, I think Layla's better with you than she is with. I think Ditchbacks is better with me than with you at the moment. I know I sent him to you originally, but I've realised it's not a problem with his capabilities, it's a problem with thoughts, problem solving. Sometimes the right person will be the right.
I know that. I just feel that maybe Varg's way's a little too hands off. If he gives her absolute freedom without showing at least a little bit of something to pull her into the group. At the moment, she feels like someone we've just got lashed to a chain following us around.
How do we make her feel different?
We don't ignore her or tell her just what to do. We see what she wants to do. Maybe she can tell us, maybe if she can open up to tell us maybe what she's doing currently. If she's just running off to make friends, fine. If she's running off to go and see some boy or some girl, fine. But we've been here days and all she does is run off. And none of us know where, none of us know who.
I know, but
And one day, she may not come back. And if we find out that it's because she got into something and she needed us to have her back, and we who said we'd help her, make her stronger, weren't there, how's it going to affect all of us?
I understand. But Evan, I think in this, I'm best not doing what I used. Just because obviously a few people have said invasive, so
Well,
I don't. She's grieving. We need to give her time. Whilst he might not have been the best uncle in the world, she's still grieving.
Yeah.
You remember what I was like when my husband.
I remember.
We need to give her a bit.
I remember we got you through it in the end.
I know, but give her time. We need to give her a little bit of grace to feel these emotions. Maybe. I don't want to send Persephone with her, but maybe somebody else.
Say, we don't need to always be with her. If we just try and get her to open up with us.
Well,
Don't
if we
need
have.
to.
Sorry?
We don't need to all ambush her. We just get
No.
one of us to just sit, talk, ask how she is.
Maybe someone who's not a threat.
Someone who's what? Sorry.
Maybe someone who's not a threat, as in maybe someone who she sees as inferior. not in like the kind of way. Someone who's not going to be superior to her, as in yourself, myself, Bog. Someone who's put her in this position. I meant maybe one of the others. Maybe dear.
Alright, slow down.
Nope. I pretty much agree with that. That idea there, Carl. Dear.
I mean more so because if she feels comfortable and non-threatened by frankly, he is quite adorable at the same time as being really dangerous and quite chaotic. I think that she'll be more likely to release secrets. It's espionage 101, really. You know, that's why there's so many honeypots out there.
Send in the cat.
Yes,
God.
Yeah,
there's the one
someone
slight.
who's
I'd say
there.
the one slight issue with all of that
Yeah,
is that this is Deer,
yeah.
who wouldn't really know how to act in anywhere near that situation.
Oh god.
Maybe Layla then. For most of the time, quite intelligent.
Most of the time,
Mm-hmm.
she's
Oh God,
also
what a
got a
thing to
little bit
do.
of a crush on her. Some days
You
she
notice
remembers
that
that
as
she has
well.
it. Some days she tries to hide. She hides it well. Some days, not so much.
Funny thing is, she did make a comment.
No.
I didn't
Is it-
realize that when humans are that young that they're instantly falling in love with everybody. I know their lives are short, but you've got to give it a bit more.
You remember that they all rush into things, right? They don't have as much time as the rest of us, so
Oh
they've got to
God.
keep moving.
But you find that kind of side of it invigorating. Like, I didn't realize how fast they were, just in general. Like, the speed of the heart, the emotions, the hormones, like, everything goes a little haywire.
That's entirely true.
It's quite fascinating. I've been writing a book. Would you like to see?
I'll give it a leaf over. Yes.
And I kind of hand over a book, which on the title page just says The Human Experience. And then it's got, like, by Castlevania, my entire name.
Mm-hmm. Is it written in
just think-
common or is it at least written in Elvish?
It's written in Elvish for most part, and then you'll just see little notes in other languages like, dotted around. It's slightly chaotic, but it obviously talks about the party, especially the humans, and the way that we all interact together. And there's information as well about how humans are different to elves, their cultures, their customs, the fact that they are going 150 miles per hour. That was a bit of a weird thing to say, I guess, in T&D.
To be honest,
But,
you've said we've had miles per hour. We've had the word radio used. Stay in your lane.
Fine then. They
be
go
honest-
faster than a speeding cart. I just,
Mhm.
it's fascinating.
You'd be interested in them.
We called them mayflies, but I didn't realise because they have such short lives what they're willing to do to
They
be
burn bright.
remembered.
Oh yeah, they burn out. They burn quickly, burn bright, and burn out.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's getting late anyway. Probably head to bed.
Yes. Sleep.
I mean, sleep.
Yes, sleep. Still not getting used to the sleep part.
Dreams are fascinating too. I dreamt the other day that there was some kind of weird bird in the room. It was weird. Is this how humans feel?
More than probably.
Right, and on that note,
Night.
Evening.
you two retire for the evening. Varg, you kind of been given a heads up that Cravala's due in at any second. She doesn't come in.
Okay.
You're kind of expectantly waiting for the window to swing open, but
Oh, I'm not.
no.
Second cast is out of the room. I'm going to bed.
And fuck off, Matt.
I don't know. There's a dead rogue on the roof.
But yeah, about 10 minutes after you put your head down, Cravala will eventually come through and wrap herself up in a blanket quickly and try to just keep her head down.
Nah,
Okay.
I don't care.
Morning comes once more.
So we're not doing me.
Oh, shit. Did you want to do something, Carl? I didn't hear you, sorry.
Yeah, scouting.
I'm scouting that Tinker Place.
Are you doing it for multiple days, though?
Yeah, I'll do it for.
So, this is what I said I was going to do it when you finished, rather than... Because
Okay.
it's easier to do it all in one go, isn't it?
No problem.
So, yeah. Morning comes. Varg, you wake up and usually you expect Cravala's gone by the time you're up, but she's still in bed. Everyone else wakes up. You all head down.
Before we do head down, I'm trying to, if I can, stop Theon before he leaves his room.
Should be easy enough.
The morning ambush.
Yeah, let's get out of the way and done with, because if not,
Roll for initiative.
he'll have a full stomach. I don't want him to have a full stomach when this happens. I've seen The Exorcist. And I kind of like motion to the others quickly. This might be a little painful, Theon. I'm not quite sure. Last time I did it was easier, so are you ready?
Who did it on the last time?
That doesn't matter. Do you want to get on the bed?
Oh, yes.
Yes. Fuck me.
Get on the bed.
Wow.
Can you guys hold him down, please?
Who is you guys?
I'm streaming.
You and Evan, Barg and
Spoken
Evan.
to me about it.
Barg, I'm about to commit a exorcism on Theon. Would you mind helping me? Holding him down so he can't hurt me.
Or himself.
Sure, why not?
Thank you. Rest of you guys, can you make sure that doors, nothing's flying about the room, anything like that? We don't know what's going to happen. Okay. Danny, I would like to cast Ceremony.
Okay, can you link that up for me?
I'm going to bring it. Where?
Oh shit.
Yeah.
At the same time, can I...
Go on.
Hold on.
Right, I'll start reading this. You think about what you was going to say.
Say.
Which one are you doing, Rose?
Well, I'm going to ask it to the group quickly. I either want to go for Atonement or Dedication. As an Atonement is going to switch your alignment back. Or Dedication means that you're going to dedicate yourself to Corellon so I can try and have at least 24 hours to work on it. I think Atonement would work better, but that's because you said that your alignment had changed.
Yeah, I'm going to cast Sanctuary on Cass as well.
Okay.
You know, just in case the devil decides that that ain't what's happening.
I'm
Let me just
fully
quickly look it up.
expecting that.
Beatrice.
You did say you were willing, FYI.
I did indeed. He might
Okay.
not be though.
So this takes... Yeah, but it has to be on you. You're the creature. Whatever's
Yeah.
in you. This is going to take an hour, and I do have to touch you. So are you ready?
Me any way you like.
Oh shit, in which case, I'll cast Sanctuary towards the end of it, because if it's 1 minute...
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So yeah,
Yeah.
I will specify that before you go to cast on me. I'm like, oh, just wait a minute. So yeah,
Sorry, I'm just quickly looking up Sanctuary a
down
sec.
first,
next
or
to him on the bed, and just start casting.
hold on. Do we throw him down first, or
Have you got? Oh, we've got rope. Shall we tie him to the bed?
I can
Yeah.
cast Tangle
Yeah.
as well.
Maybe save that.
Yeah, but your entangle only lasts for a minute.
Oh yeah. Oh, never mind. Twice me out for the one.
I mean, we all should have 50 feet of rope.
Yeah,
Most of us will do.
Do
Let's
I?
tie him to the bed.
I'll tie him up. Come here, Theon, you creepy cunt. Joke's on you, we're actually doing this to clean your hair.
If I don't have rope, unfortunately.
This is worse. It's a bath.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
We cast create water.
Why?
No, not really. I mean,
They drowned him.
Liam, I wouldn't be surprised. I'm so sorry.
Is Dia joining me? Is he?
Right.
time to waterboard.
Time for water sports.
Oh no.
So,
course.
Rose. Atonement or dedication?
Theon, what do you want to do? Do you want to be in Coralon's service for 24 hours? Or do you want me to try and get you to be good again?
Can't. God's service for the to the devil's services.
Sorry?
What
Do you,
dedication?
wish, do you wish to dedicate yourself to Cass's god? Try and devote your service to Cass's god, or do you want to just try and be free of whatever's holding you? Basically, it's the trying to. Are you trying to see if you can't swap the powers from one to the other, or are you just trying to be free?
Try swap it.
So
That's
dedication.
Okay.
Oh, that devil ain't gonna be happy.
No. Oh no.
I think it
Angry
would've
So-
been-
boy.
So have a
Yeah,
go.
whilst
Hang on.
he's tied to the bed, I'm going to kneel next to him, put my hands on him for an
Hang on.
hour. So
Wait. I've got a better idea. Hold on one second.
Go for it.
I'm going to, Danny. Can I quickly go and find thing and get another 25 gold's worth of this?
The powder?
Yes.
Yeah, it's easy enough.
So I come back after a few minutes with the powder. What if I cast the atonement while you cast the dedication?
Cool.
Yeah, let's do it.
Born in the holy light.
Let's get sucker out of him.
Ooh.
I'm thinking the idea is if we try and do both at the same time, it's got a better chance of success than one or the other.
Definitely. So this time there's Evan kneeling on one side, Cass on the other, but like their hands interlinked over his chest, and we're just gonna give him a divine defibrillator, and we're like, get out!
Okay.
And we would like to cast the spells.
This is going to go badly.
Oh, it's going to be interesting, but
Well, you got to do stuff like this.
Catastrophic.
Theon, can you make a wisdom saving throw, please?
succeed, please. So if it doesn't work, we can always go get some more and we can do the funeral rite.
Wow.
Hey, you might be a zombie for the next 7 days.
True.
So,
Adam?
wisdom save.
Can I willingly fail that, or I know I need to get mounted?
No, this is the one that you need to succeed. The next one we have to succeed. There's no failing.
The wisdom
This is
save.
going to kill
Yes,
you.
please.
Oh,
This
here
is
we
to
go.
stop you being possessed while we're trying to do this.
Da 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 da.
I think this.
Oh.
I think this calls for a severity roll.
Da 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 da.
Okay.
Welcome to the grave.
You-
One of us is getting ejected out of a window.
Yeah.
Be think you'll be eaten.
Sanctuary!
Oh yeah, Classic Sanctuary. Evan doesn't.
Soz Evan.
You begin to cast the spells, both of you. And Theon very nervously sits there and starts to get cold feet almost, or at least that's what it seems. And gets
He's lying there. We tied him to the bed down.
Yeah, I know. But the problem is he has no means of backing out. Eventually, you see the eyes roll back into his head and passes out.
No.
Don't stop.
About 10 or so seconds later, the body moves and you just hear this deep...
I grab my axe.
Don't. Keep going.
Oh no. You're really not trying to take my puppet, are you?
That would be great,
I'm
Danny.
carrying
But that,
on.
yeah.
Yeah, like I ain't stopping.
I'm grabbing my fucking
Don't
axe.
scare me.
Doggy! Sit on the man's chest, doggy.
You see the chest ripple and move under Theon's skin. Because I'm assuming you're not wearing your leather armour, so it's visible. Because it's morning, you've just woken
Yeah,
up.
we've got our hands on his chest, Danny. We've got our hands there. That's what we're trying to do. We're
Yeah,
trying
you
to-
feel movement and the skin bubbling and moving as something underneath is writhing slowly. About
Keep going.
a second later, two large hands reach out and grab both of your wrists. Can you make strength saving throws, please?
Hold on, can I take an action, to slap this fucker in the head since I was getting my axe?
It's just two giant hands that are coming out. If you want to take a swing at him,
I'm going for Theon's neck.
Oh.
That's a lot of damage.
Okay, roll an attack with advantage.
But before I do, I'm gonna look at Cass and Evan. Just it's above my head, and I'm like, bro, just say the word. Like,
No, stop.
Give us a second.
oh, Varg won't do swing. However, he will say doggy.
Oh yeah, Doggy's there. Doggy's more than likely going to do it.
Doggy's out and ready.
Oh my god.
And your strength save?
Oh.
Yeah.
Strength save, Cass? No.
Strength? What is it? Strength?
No.
Wait, hold on. Does Sanctuary affect it?
No, if it's an attack. This was essentially a shove. As he
Which
grabs
is
both of your
still-
hands.
I would argue an attack.
No, a shove is would fall under that. It's only area effect spells that don't
Okay,
mess with.
so I've got to make a
temporary.
wisdom save against... What's your spell DC?
It's not great, if I'm honest. Hold on.
It's something.
If my
Yours,
apple
yours is
fucking-
13, I believe,
Yeah, 13,
unless
I
your
think.
axe adds anything.
13.
I think so, yeah. I think Michael might be right.
What?
18.
Yeah, 13.
You see these white, spindly, thick hands launch the two of them about 5 foot backwards and prone. As then the two hands reach up, and you just watch as the body is convulsing as this thing is coming out. A long, protruding jaw and a gaunt white face. Two thick, heavy sets of wings. Whoosh, whoosh. As this creature that probably stands in an excess of 10 to 15 foot tall, maybe, it fills to the ceiling as it slowly crawls out and stands on two legs with two huge claws.
Oh, hell no.
Oh no, you didn't think you could stop me that easy, could you?
It'd be better if you stopped talking infernal.
Hear what you're saying.
Danny,
Yeah.
you know that voices don't work at the best of times. Your connection is even making it worse.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
sorry.
It was a great attempt, but it was like...
You
Yeah,
didn't...
it would have been.
Sorry. You didn't think you could stop me that easily, could you?
I mean,
Worth a try.
never know.
Leave him be.
Ah, yes, this is the conversation to be having with this thing.
It gets
Where
down
did
off.
it go?
Are you going to stand up? I'm assuming doing this, or are you staying laying down?
Oh yeah.
I'm trying to stand up at this point, yeah.
It slowly walks over to you and gets really close into your face, Cass. But we made a deal. And deals must be upheld.
What did he say he would give you?
I don't think you have earned that right. If he wishes to discuss it, that's not his choice.
None of
Sorry.
it. None of it.
No,
Yeah.
no.
Don't do it.
You don't deserve that right to know. It's a deal made between us.
I'm having to bite my tongue here. Okay.
It puts a hand on your shoulder.
Just don't flinch.
Surely you know all about deals and contracts.
Yeah.
You
No.
seem intelligent.
Hold on, gotta put it in the chat. You know. Got that time.
You surely know about deals. You seem intelligent, as it just places a hand on your shoulder.
I'd say the flaring of the sanctuary just kind of keeping its hand off.
Oh no, it's not attacking. It's just placing.
No, it's the thing of it of just like the image of the sanctuary just kind of visible between them.
Mm-hmm.
Cass kind of moves her hand up, knowing what the sanctuary is doing, and goes to push its hand away as she kind of steps in closer and goes, I don't need a deal to gain somebody's life for me. I get it through their own free will. Creatures like you don't deserve to have lives like this.
Its smile
Wrong.
curls up its face as it's
like
just
things.
listening to you. Very well. But don't think your pitiful ceremonies were gonna stop me anyway.
Nope.
Bing bang bong. Got that time.
Don't think your pitiful ceremonies were gonna stop me anyway.
Can I cut off his head now? That will.
I'm surprised you didn't when it started appearing, to be honest.
Yeah, that's probably because I don't want to get fucking murdered by it.
It
I'm
turns and
having
looks.
to tell a very thin line.
It turns and looks and approaches Evan.
Yeah.
Please, no kill. Has a chill puppet. Okay.
Sorry, what?
It's Jamie.
This would be so much more scarier if we could hear what he was saying. It's just like, I'm sorry, what?
Can we have this in typed out messages, please?
Okay.
Yeah.
It grasps
The things in
Evan
chat.
and
Yeah, Danny, pop it in the Roll20 chat.
fuck off.
No, we
So-
can't hear what you're saying.
Hang on, I'll
Grasp-
I'll
it
disconnect and
grasps,
reconnect.
and that's about it.
Right, am I back?
Yes.
Its hand reaches out and grabs your side, Evan, and pulls you in slowly.
Cool.
And what say you, little one? Did you honestly think this would work?
Did I think it would work?
You're speaking with a mouthful and you're cutting out.
Shut up.
Did I think it would work?
Yeah.
Probably not. But was I going to try anyway? Yes. And hey, now we know something. We've seen you.
It felt the need to come and see us.
Well, I wasn't going to allow you to take away my vessel.
But there were far more ways that you could have done it to prevent us without revealing yourself.
You're
Danny, going through encyclopedic mind, have I ever read about what this creature is?
History check.
I'm still sat here like an axe. Like, can somebody just tell me whether, like, the mom's getting tired, bro?
I want you to almost like swing the axe and just get him straight between the legs, but like a little, like an inch down, as if a big kind of like.
Do you want me to cut off the demon's monster penis? That can be done.
I'm just like
I'll
an
smite
inch
it and
down, so
all.
it's scary.
See,
History check.
Yeah, please.
see, I'm imagining that and the dog's on the other side going, do it, 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 kill it.
That's because the dog would take the fucking
28.
penis as a treat.
Damn.
I don't mean the dog.
You have seen creatures like this before, not in person, but in scripture. It's by no means the top dog of devils, but is still one of significance. It's often referred to as a bone devil. It's
Do I know this one's specific name? I did get a natural 20, Danny, with a 28.
I know, I'm aware, but the problem is, would it be possible to know?
No, I get that.
Because it's a good
Give
roll.
me something. Not, you don't have to give me a name, but just something.
You have heard of a creature that bears a... Because you're looking over this creature, and the way it holds itself and the way it speaks, you don't know its name, but you have seen and heard stories of this specific devil before. It is a devil. It bears no name, but its intentions, as history has shown...
No, Danny, I don't mean like its actual name. Like, is it called the Devil of something? Does it have a moniker?
A what?
A moniker, like, what's it referred to?
Okay, so it shows up in somewhere and it's called the Devil of blah blah blah, and then it's another place it's it's called Kalash or something like that. Just
I'm with you. You. Yeah, no.
I just want something. I don't need its actual name, just something that it would
It's
recognise
often-
me calling.
It's referred to the bearer of deals.
Bearer of Deals.
The deal of bears.
Grr. Okay, carry on. I can't remember what point we're at there. Sorry, I just wanted to get that out.
Yeah, no, that's fine. But no. I came because I wasn't going...
On that one, Chief.
I came because I wasn't going to allow you to make my servant a puppet of a false god.
You misunderstand what we're trying to say here. And I kind of like step even closer because I know he's with Evan at the moment. Listen to me, Bearer of Deals.
Oh. So you have heard of me.
Sorry?
So you have heard of me.
No, I've just heard of the many great things and you were a footnote at the bottom of history. But you still came here to do it for a force, meaning that you felt that it was necessary to do so. If we were so insignificant, why the hell are you here?
It pauses for a moment, tilts its head and smiles. Well, I was going to be amicable, but it seems you have left me no choice.
Can't hear a word of that, Chief.
He left. We win.
Fuck off. Fuck
You
off.
just went, you're right, yeah, you're right, I shouldn't have come back.
That's
Blows your
I
halo
haven't
of bright light.
Right, I will say it again.
Amicable. I thought I haven't hit it. I haven't done anything to upset it. It's been basically laughing at us the entire time, but we're the amicable.
You just
Wow.
insulted it. Twice.
Why did I?
Cheers, Cass.
It seems
didn't
you've left.
insult her.
You dumb bitch.
I would say you are a footnote of history.
Yeah,
Isn't
that
exactly-
was a bit of a dig.
Yeah,
I
that
will
was
admit
that's
that
it.
one.
That's not exactly kindness.
It
It
smirks.
had some of our friends under its power and trying to kill him. I'm allowed one.
But that doesn't mean that wasn't an insult.
Oh, Michael, just chill. We're failing. It's okay.
I know.
Fuck off! We're all about to die because you insulted the big boy. What the fuck?
I know.
Well,
Oh, sorry,
I was
carry
here
on.
to be amicable, but it seems you've left me no choice.
Oh,
It-
goody.
Lashes the tail, and it goes rigid as it turns into what looks like a large polearm. And that's the end of the session. As it,
And we're ending
No.
as
End the session there. you
as
jerk.
next session, we'll start at initiative.
Hey Danny, I'd like you to take a note of the fact that she's got sanctuary.
Yeah.
Yes, I will.
Oh, I can't wait to use that retribution, the fucking redemption ability, where if he attacks you'll get to, make him take that much damage.
I'll be
It's gonna be
funny.
great.
Play the way.
Yeah.
And then, my
Yeah.
reaction where I'm holding an axe, which I'll pump a smite into, that'd be great too.
Yeah.
Can you end
Yeah,
the
this
session
we can
there?
take this week in about a turn, maybe
Because
two.
it's called a cliffhanger, Carl. It's gonna be great.
Also, Rose, cheers,
Oh.
you dumb shit.
Sorry.
Oh, I'm not there, so I'm quite content. I ain't gonna.
Oh no!
Yes,
you
you are.
said everybody's in the room.
Everybody is there.
No, not. I'm out.
Yes, you are. Nice try,
Yeah.
Carl,
You're
but no,
in the
you're there.
I
You
never
are there.
returned.
Nice try, but you're there.
I'm
You're
not.
there.
You're not getting
Everybody was
fucking
there.
get out of jail free card from-
Fine. It's just a
I
bone dog.
wasn't
There's no
there.
bleeding.
I was out.
Yeah, nice lies, but it ain't that ain't the way.
Right, this
I
is
did
the next.
specify I got everybody, and you didn't say that you weren't in there.
So I didn't say I was in there.
Tough shit.
But we said everyone, and you said no. You didn't say no, so you're there. This is the next morning, unless you decided to spend the entire day and not come back.
I never heard you say.
This is the next morning.
This is.
I went out last night to do my scouting job. And
Yeah.
I'm still there. I never come back.
Okay then, so you're going to find out that there's been an absolute massive fight, and you're not going to have anything.
I will also point out, we'll be fine. We killed the Eticat and a ton of spiders. We can take down a bone rebel.
You want to say that right now? Really? You want to say that? You think you're funny? You're not.
No, you're not. You really aren't funny.
What? It's been fine.
I will laugh. Okay.
Shut the fuck up!
The last time we fought one of these things, Rose, we were level 7 and we nearly died.
Cheers,
That's
Rose.
because there was a bunch of other enemies. All I said
You
was
don't
you're a
have to, yeah.
footnote at the bottom of history, and he feels like he needs to kill us. I think that's his problem, not ours.
It's gonna be our problem in about 2 seconds. You dumb.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't have to kick off at me.
Do we like our characters?
You just fucked us more than I thought Liam ever could have.
Oh.
That's saying something.
I'll
that
be
is.
back in a minute.
Okay,
Okey-dokey.
Rose. Are you okay?
Oh god.
Right, so I'm guessing the stream's ending there.
It is. We will commence
Okay.
potentially next week, Friday. I will post it to everyone in the D&D group, and if everyone's happy. If not, 2 weeks.
Okay?
I would like to sincerely thank everyone who's been watching, as we have had a really, really good turnout today, and I'm super happy with everyone who's been watching.
Fuck you, Jamie.
Apart from Danny's
Yeah.
technical issues.
We have hit a couple
Yeah.
records once again. I peaked at 13 people today, so I am extremely excited. And this stream will be put on YouTube tonight, or ready to upload in the morning. So anyone who wants to watch it again, or new people, if you're watching in the future, hi, how's the weather? But thank you for everyone, and good night.
Good night, everyone. Thank you for watching.
Night.